Hey, I'm back like I never left. Hey, y'all. What y'all was doing while I was off? I went to Sam's. I just was outside for a little while because it was nice. I ain't going nowhere for real. I went to Sam's, y'all. Spent some money. But I'm back. Let's kick it. Let's continue the conversation that we had earlier. Mick, you ready?
I'm here.
So, what's the last thing we was talking about? We was talking about Eva Worthing. We talked about the House of Esther. We were talking about a whole lot of things. We talked about how everybody felt about the interview with Dr. Karen Weaver. We kicked it, huh? Mick, how you feel about that House of Esther situation?
Sad.
And it's sad.
Sad that they even playing games like that.
Oh, Mick, you kind of low again. So
Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect. So here's the thing for me. The thing for me is that this building got condemned, right? Condemned because it doesn't have any water. So it doesn't have any water. From my understanding, it didn't even have a water bill in its name. And we are allowing Sunset Village to continue to operate, even though they owe like damn near $1 million for a water bill. Woo, child. That's crazy. And now they're allowed to, restructure, build, and tear down and do all of that stuff. And they haven't even paid the water bill. $9 million. Almost $1 million, $980 some $1,000. Child. That's crazy, man. Crazy.
Who let them get away with it?
You said what?
I said, who letting them get away with it?
Mayor Sheldon Neely. That's insane. Can't tell me you ain't got no money because I know them folks paying their rent, or you ain't gonna let them stay there. Child, listen.
Ain't they remodeling over there?
Yes, sir. Absolutely, they are. Absolutely, they are. And then I can't understand how we talk about like nothing's being done on the north side, that we don't have anything on the north side, and that is something that could be wonderful and beautiful on the north side. And the council people on the north side said no. Not all of them. So, with that being said, this particular place is a program for women for 2 years with their babies, right? Women and their babies. So a lot of these young ladies that are in the foster care system, age out at 18 years old, right? So if you have a baby and you age out at 18 years old, your baby still stays in the system, Mick. So you're separated from your baby. Say you're nursing, right? You breastfeeding. Now you're separated from your baby. But the House of Esther can keep that from happening because it's a 2-year program. And so the ladies will be able to be with their babies. So I don't know. I just don't understand how we want things for the north side, but we turn it down.
Can you answer one question for me?
I would do my best.
What council people voted against it?
So let me tell you who voted for it, which will be Tanya Burns, Jerry Winfrey Carter, and Eric Mays. That's it. From my understanding, that's it. Just those three voted for it. Everybody else voted against it.
What did Liddell and Quincy have against it?
Huh? Let me. Okay.
I said, what did Liddell and Quincy have against it?
I have no idea what Liddell had against it, but let's talk about why Quincy would have anything against it. Being that, from my understanding, his mother invested into the House of Esther. Not only did she invest in it, she invested her time, and she has a whole room that she dedicated out of those, I think it's 28 rooms. She has a whole room that she decorated, and her name's on the door. That's her room. Beautiful room, from my understanding. His mother. You got that, Mick? His mother. And he voted against it. He voted no.
Don't they talk all the time?
From my understanding, that's what he's saying. Whose ward is that in? Whose ward is that?
Would that be an Eric Ward? It's Duquette right there. So would that fall in second or first?
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Oh shoot! Wait a minute, y'all. Let me put my comments on because I just happen to see I ain't got no comments on. Ought to be a damn shame. Jacko is right. Demetrius Miller. Hi, how are you? Yes. Isn't that a shame? Y'all listen. And I listen, I'm just telling y'all the information that I got. I'm just like, no, that can't be right. Hey. How y'all feel about that? Jaquez, tell me, how you feel about that?
So he finna lose something where his mother got a room dedicated.
Yeah. Where his mother spent. Now, she decorated this room. When I'm saying decorated, like she had furniture in there. Beds, cribs, that type of thing. It's furniture in there. Like these, it's furnished. Not just decorated, painted, putting things on the wall. This is furnished. Yeah. Demetrius, shaking my head. Chow. Okay.
All right, what's up, Annie? That's my Annie.
Who? That's your aunt?
Yeah, Demetrius.
Hi, Auntie.
What up, T?
Yeah, I think it's a shame too because I just don't understand that. He may be a recall. Should be a recall. That's crazy as hell, ain't it? It's terrible. Jaquez said, I don't understand what the hell. Right. If it benefits all people, what is it to be against it? See, that's my thought exactly, right? So my thing is, if it benefits, it's beneficial to all wards. They didn't just say that it's only for those people in that community. That's not what that's for. That's women and their babies. A 2-year program to teach them life skills and how to properly care for themselves and their babies. What the hell is the problem? Y'all say no to
that? Ain't Quincy an activist? Or was the activist?
That's what he said. And I'm not saying like he wasn't activated in the streets. I'm not saying that at all. But how do you say no to that? Even Liddell as a woman and a mother, how do you say no to that? What if you were in that position and you needed somebody to teach you those life skills because you didn't have the proper training coming up, but you wanted to be better for your child? You say no to that? It's crazy as hell to me. I wouldn't dare. I would support it. I would even support the other side of the school. When Mike Dolan doing the school, I would support that as well. We need something. We already don't have nothing, but we can't be in support of anything. We can't even come together to just agree that this needs to happen for the young ladies and their children. What kind of people are we? What kind of city is being running here? What the hell? That's like turning down $1 million. I'm trying to tell you. Why wouldn't we be behind that? I'd be so flabbergasted at us. I'll be so flabbergasted at us. Then we get mad at, like the Ninth Ward and those other wards that really don't necessarily represent us, meaning Black people. We get mad at them. I just want to say this is that the white agenda is the white agenda. Let's just be real. Let's just keep it real. Can I do that, Mick? Am I going to get in trouble for that?
Explain it to me, and I'm listening.
The white agenda is the white agenda, right? Whatever it is that they mean, whatever it is that means, whether they want to have control of all aspects of politics, the local, the state, and the federal, right? They want to have control of that. They want to control the narrative of how and telling us how we are supposed to live. I can't get mad at them for doing their job like that. But what I can be upset at is that Black people don't have the Black agenda, meaning that we don't stick together to do the best for us. You get what I'm saying, Mick? We don't do what's best for us. How we gonna get they can't tell us how to live. They don't even know how we live. They don't live here. And then it's just things like we let people move in, come into our spots, come into our city, that is the majority of us, and tell us how we're supposed to live. Tell us what we can and cannot have. No, you can't have this Black business. No, you can't have this Black shelter. No, you can't have this Black anything. Why the fuck not? We Black. We okay with that? Then we get upset that this was by white people. This was made by white people. Listen, I don't control. I don't control the white Black narrative. However, it's still a thing. It is a thing. And if nobody thinks that it's a thing, y'all crazy as hell. And there's some council people that don't think that it's a thing. But let me say this to you. Let me tell you one thing. And this ain't no dig to the white people that support me or the white people that I support, because all white people not the same. Let's be clear about that. They're not. But let me say this. Them ones that really don't like you for real, that are racist, when they get ready to remind you that you Black and you not one of them, it's gonna hurt your feelings so fucking hard. Be ready for that. You gonna feel like a ton of bricks hit you. You Black before you anything. And if you can't take care of you and can't take care of home, then what you here for? I don't need you if you ain't keeping me in mind. I'm just saying. Mick, where you at with this? Y'all, Mickey ain't even talking to me. I don't know. What y'all think? Am I wrong? That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I don't know. It showed itself really. Jacoya said once they see us doing something for ourselves, they get scared. Well, maybe they should be uncomfortable. And maybe that's the problem. We don't make them uncomfortable enough to say that we can do it, because history is showing that we have.
We'll go deeper into your explanation.
Huh?
I said we'll go deeper into your explanation.
About history showing us that we can do it?
Yes.
Well, I mean, history is showing we had St. John's. We had the whole St. John's neighborhood. They had a butcher. They had a grocery store. Anything that you needed, they can do it right there in that neighborhood. But here's the thing, though. They made us have it because we couldn't go into theirs, right?
Yeah.
So we adapted and we said, oh, okay, well, we don't need you. We can do this. And the same thing that happened then. Their agenda was to tear that all down. So they ran the highway through it, right? My grandparents lived on Alma. The 470 run right through it. Their house was like smack dab in the middle of the highway. Yeah, that's where my grandparents was at. They got forced out too. Then they moved to Beecher. That's where a lot of them went to after that.
Yeah, that's cold blooded.
Yeah. But they forced our hand into making us have our own. But now they don't have to force our hand now. We're in a different time. They got to force our hand. We should really be thinking like that anyway.
But listen, look at this.
Okay.
Check this out.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even get the 5 blacks on council to agree what Councilwoman Eva Worthing said was offensive. You got 3 that said something, 1 didn't, and 1 stuck up for it.
Yeah. Why is that even a thing? Why aren't we sticking up for each other?
Well, they're gonna come back and say it's Eric's fault.
It's Eric's fault that Eva Worthing said don't get ghetto? Child, if they do that, I'm gonna be so sick of this shit. I'm gonna get put out for real.
Did you go back and watch it? Oh yeah. They some ass kissers.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm shook with it. I mean, I ain't gonna say I'm not surprised. I am surprised that Liddell Lewis doing some of the stuff she doing. I want her to come back on and explain it.
If she don't explain nothing else, I would love to hear her explanation for condoning what Eva Worthing said. And here's this. She said she felt threatened. Threatened by who? For what? Ain't nobody threatened her. Jaquez said that's like some bullshit and honestly feels like a movie when you think of how the black people couldn't even get it together. I'm in. It's so crazy because Jaquez, I feel like we couldn't even make this shit up if we tried. Couldn't make this up. It's sad. It's so sad. And the only person that really went to bat for her like that was who was it? Tanya Burns? She said something. Quincy Murphy didn't say nothing. Is that even right though? Just to even be silent about it? Yeah, one that seconded her, right? And then the one that was silent. Is that even right though, Mick?
I didn't hear you. What you say?
I said, is that right though? To even be silent about it? We had one that seconded her, which was Liddell, was Dr. Liddell Lewis that seconded him.
Second World Councilwoman.
And then Quincy Murphy, who just didn't say anything at all.
The third World Councilman. Mm-hmm. I mean, sometimes I be feeling like he be picking and choosing when he want to stand on black. Because remember, he didn't want no kids to see him getting arrested as him being a councilman. You remember that? But it was all right for when Eric get took out. Like I say, he do a lot of contradicting things. Mm-hmm. But I mean, for him to like couldn't stand up and say nothing about that. I mean, like, you know, I don't get it. Like, I feel like he condoned it. You know what I'm saying? And if this is the type of people that the mayor got doing these things, I feel like we need a new mayor.
Mm-hmm. We absolutely need a new mayor.
If you sitting up, and I ain't saying he condoning it because he probably don't even know what they're doing. Wink, wink. You know what I'm saying? He probably don't know that they doing this.
Right. Why wouldn't he know? Why wouldn't he know, Mick?
I can explain that because all the time you don't know. Sometimes you won't know what a lot of your surrogates be doing. You know, some want to prove that they want to show. You know how it be is. I don't want to use the word like flunky, but you know, what you call that? Who want to show that I'm gonna be a ride or die with you? You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know. I'm just assuming that whoever, sometimes you get people who will show out to show the top, to show the boss, like, man, I did this for you without me even asking you to do it. You know how sometimes people will go out, say like, I remember watching Carlito's Way, not the one with Al Pacino.
The one with Diddy?
Right. Remember when Carlito got shot, he went to his his girlfriend brother and told them the family needed to move.
Yeah.
because he said somebody just might come out here and kill you for what you did to me.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by that. Like he might have surrogates that's coming attacking. He might don't be telling them. He might do be telling them. You know what I'm saying? I
Can
would
you
hope.
can you be too loyal to a fault though? Because I feel like you can be too loyal to a fault. That you are so loyal that you just overlook the red flags and overlook the shit that be happening. Like, can you be too loyal to a fault?
Yeah, I have done that before. I'll be the first to tell you, hell yeah, you can be too
I told
loyal
you you
to a
were too
fault.
loyal to a fault before.
Huh?
I have told you that you were too loyal
Oh
to.
yeah, no doubt. I done did it plenty of time.
Yeah,
So I ain't gonna say that a person can't be, but you do have the right to change your mind.
absolutely you do.
You know what I'm saying? You can see your mistakes and you can change your mind.
Right.
It just
Is that a problem for a problem for a lot of people that they aren't allowing people to change their mind, or is it that they feel like they should always just have the mentality that they had prior to? Okay, or is it this, Mick? I think it's this though. People like for you to be with them, right? And they don't want to stand out there by themselves. So
right.
if you all were on this whole let's just use the political racism. If you were on this whole smear campaign thing, or you was on this propaganda campaign, and two of the people or some of the people that were in this with you said, you know what, I changed my mind. This ain't really right, or I'm not feeling this. I was at first, but now some shit done came out, and I ain't really for that. Let me move over here. Is that the problem? Because now these people are standing out by themselves, and these people that went back over to the morally sound part.
Um, I would say that. You know what? Sometimes you can just realize you messed up and be like, "Damn, I rolled with this madness for too long."
Yeah.
And then you might want to change. You know, I get it why some people trying to get certain individuals flack because they didn't change. I have done it. Let me tell you, I have done it. When you look at things, you be like, damn, man, I was really fucking up. You know, not to use that type of language, but you know, I was really fucking up. I'm just saying, well, you know, you messed up, and then when you get wind, you like, I'm finna cut this loose. Not saying that, you know what I'm saying, that's the wrong thing to do. What's up, Annie? Yeah, you know, and my other Annie
That's
pulling.
your other auntie. Hi, other auntie Sherry Miller. She said change is always good. It is. You're absolutely right, auntie.
It's not the worst.
Mm-mm,
It's not the worst. You
mm-mm.
know, sometimes you can get around better people and start doing more positive things.
Can you send Clack a link?
Yes.
I think that change is good, and I think that some people are
Hit me in my inbox and tell me what Clax is again.
okay. I think that
We'll put it in the chat, in the private chat.
okay. I think the problem is though is that people are so afraid of change that they think it's hurting, right? And I don't think that. Mick, I think that it was in. Hold on, I'm gonna have to see it again. Keep talking, Mick. I'm trying to get his
Yeah,
email.
no, I'm trying to find it right now. I'm trying to. Didn't you send it to me the other day?
I'm not sure, Mick. But I think, Auntie, what you think? You think that do you think that the change because you said change is always good, and I agree, right? But change is also like change is so hard for people, and it's so scary for people. Do you think that with the change that they are afraid that it's going to hurt or hinder them?
Uh,
'Cause I feel like if you feel like that, then it's probably because the change is either gonna be for the good and it's gonna X you out, or you feel like you're gonna get X'd out.
hey, tell him to put it in the chat. I forgot his.
Yeah, I just asked him to send it again. Um, Auntie says sometimes you have to move forward with or without the people you started with. That's so true. So true. I mean, so true.
You sure do.
I'm typing, sending this to you right now.
All right. You put
I
it
said
in.
keep talking, and you ain't keep talking.
No, I did not because I was waiting on you to send it to me.
I
It's
know, but
just some
that's why I
people.
said keep talking so I can get it. I'm waiting. He typing right now, so I get
Yeah, she said, no, yes, and some people are afraid to change for all the above. So it is. They showed is the change. I think people just be scared because, they think people going to look at them different if they find out they
I said,
actually got common sense. Oh, you did.
but it's in a private chat. But
I got
and
to
then
go over there.
so Auntie, what do you think about all of this is going on? Have you been following it, Auntie? You've been following it. What do you think? What's your feelings on this, Auntie Sherry? How you feel? Because this is it's. I'm so distraught and I don't know. I just don't understand why and how we can't just get together and stick together and get this work done and get our city back. It's 9 wars all in the same city, allegedly. Allegedly, they all in the same city, and we should be all fighting for the same things for more than just downtown. And it seems like the only thing that's happening is downtown or in the better, well-off neighborhoods. They're just forgetting about the north side, some parts of the south side. You know, I'm not understanding. What's the big deal? Why
I'm
can't
just,
we come together?
I'm just confused with all these shootings. And
Yep.
the mayor's saying they don't understand that. Like, I mean, look, we finna have a string of hot days.
Next week.
People should be able to go out. Kids should be able to go out and have a good summer, and enjoy themselves. Cause you think we're not shooting up. You know, yeah, they do trying to keep the north side, and it's terrible. I just feel like with this present administration, I think they totally have dropped the ball with it's more than downtown.
Do you think it's just that they don't care? They want to, but I feel like Auntie Sherry it seems to be by design to keep the north side a mess, and it's like to push everybody out so that they can do what they normally do is let them buy it up and gentrify the whole thing. So then it costs so much fucking money for us to get back to that side of town. Cause here's my fear is that they push everybody out on the north side, right? And then the next time you go to buy a house on Jackson or on Taylor or on Mary Street or over there on Ruth or Foss or Laredo, it's gonna cost you so much fucking money. They're gonna be like $200,000 houses, $1,500 a month condos type shit. That's how I feel like it's gonna end up being. And that's exactly what they do if we allow it. Auntie Sherry said we played in the parks, rode our bikes without fear. Absolutely. I remember Auntie Sherry, even when I was young, I remember playing outside and I remember my grandfather had a pickup truck. He always had a pickup truck in the car and he always parked the pickup truck on the street, right? And so we would be playing and I would sit on the back of the pickup truck and I loved outside. I was always outside. And I used to lay back in the bed of the truck and be looking up at the stars and all kind of shit in the sky. And I would end up falling asleep. They didn't even come and get me. They would leave me out there and I'd sleep out there. But that was the type of fear that we did not have. But now, hell, I'm scared to go out there just to get in my damn car sometimes. So much shit be happening. It's crazy. Absolutely nuts. I don't know. What you think, Nick?
No, they didn't understand
Yeah. Mick, you remember how we used to be able to play and we used to be able to ride our bike from the north side to the south side without no issue.
Do it now.
Can't do it now. Hell, there's so many potholes, you'd be to killed yourself.
they got potholes taller than babies.
Listen, they got potholes so big you could put a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house in a garage in. Hell, them some potholes, baby. I'm telling you. Them some potholes. I don't know. We gotta do better. We gotta do better. Only way that we are.
You kind of drag. You got something else on over there?
I don't think so.
It was like it was dragging for a minute.
Was it?
Yeah. It was like you was kind of dragging for a minute.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just feel like we got to do better as the constituents of Flint. We got to do better. We got to make sure that we are voting, but we got to make sure that we voting in the right places. So that means that we got to vet these people for real. We got to really be asking the questions and doing the shit that we need to do in order to. Like he said, he don't see the link.
Hold on, let me resend it to him then. Let me resend. Hey, tell him clean out his what's names. I'm about to resend it to him again.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how that didn't go to Michael right there. Okay. I'm sending it, resending it. I was wondering what was taking him so long. I just resent it. See if it came this time. I just resent it.
He was it the same one that came up before?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. But I just think we just need to do a better job at vetting the people that come out and say that they want to be in these seats, all from the local all the way to the top. You know, like the state rep race. We need to be on their asses about what they're gonna do. All of them.
Yeah.
Dewan Robinson, Rich Jones, Cynthia Neely. I don't know the 2 Republicans' names. Y'all know the Republicans' names? We need to be on their asses too. I need to reach out to them and get them on too. Auntie Cherry said it looks like the people will have to take these neighborhoods back. Absolutely. And we can't be afraid to do that, huh? Yo, what's up, Clack? What's going on?
What up, though?
How
you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good.
You been hearing what we was talking about?
No, I didn't. What y'all up to tonight, man?
Man, we just talking a little bit about this, a little bit about that. We had started talking about the whole. Right now, we were talking about the House of Esther and how they have condemned it for a water bill. However, they never really had a water bill in their name. There it was the school that water bill.
Water bill, right? They had to pay somebody else's bill before they could take over the building, correct?
And then, so I also said that how is that even a thing when Sunset Village is able to build and be there, even though they have a 980-some thousand water bill? They have a
water bill, yeah.
Yeah. But they're allowing them to rebuild and restructure and all of that, and they owe them $1 million in water bill.
I bet if you look into some records, they get a whole bunch of tax breaks or some type of something somewhere. I can't say I don't know because I don't like. I guess I shouldn't have even said that because I don't even, have any type of proof or anything like that to even go down that road. But if they let them slide with $1 million and they hunt regular citizens down over $1,000 water bill that these people can't pay, but these business entities have the ability to pay, and they're charging people water. You got to pay your water bill.
Huh? I can't read it. But you're right. They are attacking these people over water bill for even like $300.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, no, I will say it again. Rich Jones is the first and pretty much the only person that I know of to say the water bills need to be zeroed out.
Yep.
The water bills need to be zeroed out for everybody who is a resident of Flint and who has been a resident of Flint. The water bill needs to be zeroed out. Mm-hmm. That should have been negotiated into the settlement that we all received, along with the zero water bill, along with Rich was also saying, no, was it Rich? I think Rich was saying, somebody was saying that doctors, that they should have free insurance for life.
I think that was Art Woodson that
Arthur
said.
was saying that, yeah, but the cancer questions. I'm sorry. I don't want to give false credit, but that's exactly that should have been negotiated. And again, what I say when I say what I say, I'm not attacking anybody personally. The things that I say, I'm giving constructive criticism as a constituent, as a regular resident, because I don't, I'm Michael Clack. I'm a resident. I'm a voter right now. I'm a constituent right now. You know what I mean? So what I say is not as a personal attack towards anyone. Your personal is your personal, but your position is public. And
Absolutely.
that's where we come in. If everything was lollipops and gumdrops, there would be no need for you or for me right now.
Absolutely. Because it was said on council, that same council meeting by Quincy Murphy, he was talking about the podcast. And he was saying in the podcast that he's saying, I'm not a journalist. And I'm saying, you're absolutely right, sir. I'm not a journalist. I never claimed to be a journalist. Right now, I'm a podcaster. I'm a vlogger that is sharing some information that's important to me, to the people that I love. And that's the city of Flint.
Mm-hmm.
And you upset at me about it? But yeah, you're
was he upset? But I don't know. I missed it. But was he upset because I just don't take either just me and my personal interaction with Councilman Murphy. I'm not gonna call him Quincy because I'm big on if you are if you have a title, then you need to be respected as such. But I just it's hard but that's just me. That's my interpretation of Councilman Murphy. You know what I mean? Like I gave in my live that I gave. What was that? Was that yesterday? I went live. I believe he was one of the people that I mentioned that was said if I was to call them right now, if I was to pick up my other phone right now and call them, he would be one of the people that I'm pretty 95% sure. Excuse me. He would pick it up. He's very receptive.
Yeah.
But from my experience with him, and he's one of those people that I also say that you can see in the hood. You can catch Quincy in the hood. I've caught him in the hood. He caught me in the hood. So I don't have any a whole bunch of a whole lot of negative things to say. That I don't anything. He's never rubbed me the wrong way. When he saw me, he always acknowledged me. He always was personable and approachable. What else can you ask for? He definitely is passionate about what he's got going on up at Jefferson School and the Third Ward. You cannot take that from him.
Absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree with that. So, and I don't take that from him. And I really think that he was doing a great service in doing that. However, what he said was, Mickey, what did he say? I called every council person repeatedly, and he's the one.
I can't. That's why I said I wasn't even looking at the chat. That's why I said my interpretation, my interactions. This is me. I don't want to. That's why I said I'm big on not giving false information. You know what I mean? I can say if I pick up from this phone right now and I call Councilman Murphy, I don't want to say that I'm 100% that he gonna call because I'll be salty if he don't pick up if he don't pick up the phone. But you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that if he didn't and if he didn't know that number, that he would text me and ask me who it was and he would call me back.
Right.
I'm sorry, Mr. Jones, that I can't say the interactions that you had, the experience that you had with the council person, with the councilman.
I think that's a female, Brother Clark.
I'm sorry, Miss Jones. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. Don't take it. Hold it against my head.
No.
And I didn't mean that.
Well, so here's the thing for me though. Mickey, tell me, Mickey, what did he say about the podcast? Because Mickey can tell you what he said.
What he had basically said, he was like, we was getting people on and having them to talk about their colleagues. Oh, I'm a man. Oh, sorry about that, Jack. That's my bad. That's my bad, Mr. Jones.
I thought he.
My bad. I thought. All right, go
Me,
ahead.
no, that's my bad, Mr. Clack. I thought it was. I thought it was something, but you know, is that Nia Jones, the one to be coming
No
in?
disrespect either way. No disrespect.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No
Yeah,
disrespect.
no, what he had said, brother Clack, he was just like he didn't feel like they should be coming on the podcast because he was trying to say, well, they get the people on there to have them talking about their colleagues, and I thought that was being half true.
Who?
Council people.
Council people, I guess, because we the only ones really been having them come on.
Of course.
We didn't have Judy Priestley talking about Quincy Murphy. We didn't have Dennis Pfeiffer talking about Allie Hoke and Roder. You know what I'm saying? What we did stop, we weren't gonna let them just talk crazy like Eric was the only problem. Now that was about the only pushback that we came back, and we might have pointed out some of Quincy's what's the name, but Quincy acted like like coming on, them coming on these pod. He didn't want none of the council on no social media.
Honestly, if you look at him, if you look at his perspective, I can kind of see where he's coming from.
Okay.
I can definitely kind of understand where he's coming from.
Let me finish though before you say that though.
Okay,
Let me finish, brother Clark, because he said this. This is why I say Councilman Quincy Murphy. I feel he was a hypocrite because he said he had people to call him and say for him to talk about Eric and he wouldn't do it, but yet you went. I don't know if it was channel 12 or channel 25. You went on there and talked about Eric, but you don't want to be on no media. What's the difference going on 5 or 25 or you coming to the local ground roots media?
Well, I think the interpretation of mainstream versus not mainstream. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, I ain't gonna lie, y'all up and coming. Like y'all are coming up. Like people are tuning in. So I think that maybe the interpretation of I'm just thinking. I don't know. I'm just thinking that maybe he might be thinking that this is mainstream, this is a different genre than what you guys are, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm, me personally, I've been on everything, so it don't matter. If you want me to come on, I'm coming. You know what I mean? I'm gonna speak my truth, but I can't speak for anyone else.
What does that matter though? Whether
No,
it be
but
or not, because talking about somebody is talking about somebody, no matter where it's at though, right?
no, you're exactly right. But we aren't elected officials, so we can't really speak for how his mind is thinking. He might think that we can't speak for an elected official. He definitely got to be, he's got to be careful as to what he says and where he says whatever it is that he says. So I'm not, I don't want to jump to conclusions to anything like that with that. You know what I mean? Like, we like you said, we are just constituents, concerned residents, and that's why we do what we do. That's why we're on these platforms right now. So he has got to be definitely, and that's one thing that you got to take in consideration with the mayor. Dr. Mary Weaver, she's got, it's like you got to be considerate of who you have or what platforms you're coming on, because if you don't know what you're walking into, it could be a smear campaign. You could be walking into, somebody that has no intentions of letting you say what you want to say. They got their own agenda that they want to push out, and they're only going to let you say or allow to be heard what they want to be heard. A small little piece, you know what I mean? So I always got to look at both sides. You know what I mean? I always try to put myself in both sides, because you don't want to walk into a bomb. You walk into somebody that
have to look at both sides of the coin.
Exactly.
However, we've seen him a few times in the chat. We've seen him, a few times watching, you know what I'm saying? And with that being said, talk your shit. Say what you need to say.
I don't think this one is willing to bite his tongue though. He don't bite his tongue when he's on council. When he gets offended or he feel a certain type of way about something, he ain't gonna bite his tongue.
Oh no, he bite his tongue, because when Eva said ghetto, he ain't say shit. Now let's be honest, Mike. I'm gonna do some pushback on this one. He bit his tongue.
say that. I was going to say,
But
now, hold on now. Now,
wait
if
wait though.
real
Maybe
spicy, he get
maybe
real spicy.
just maybe he wasn't offended like we were offended.
Shame on
Maybe
him.
that did not offend him like it
Shame,
offended us. Maybe he didn't want to step on toes. We don't know.
shame on him for not being offended then. Shame on him for not being offended for his colleague. Am I frozen?
No, you ain't froze. I think
Oh,
Brother
that's
Clark
my
froze
side.
up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he can get it back together. But shame on him
No,
for not being
no,
a
Brenda. We talking about Brenda Boyd. I'll let you see. She just said
oh yeah.
we must be talking. Nah, we talk about Councilman Quincy Murphy, third
But
ward.
here's the thing though. I don't always disagree with him. He has some very valid points and some
Oh,
come up with. I don't always disagree with him. I
oh,
really honestly do not. There's some questions that I have for him that I would love for him to answer, but I can't make anybody talk to me.
nah. When Quincy be in his bag, he being. I mean, let me say it, councilman, because I really don't care about them titles. Let me be honest with you, because you first of all, you know what I'm saying. Like I say, but out of the respect, the councilman Quincy Murphy, he be on this thing.
Sorry, y'all. I
No
don't know what
problem.
happened.
Good.
Quincy be on this thing. It's just when Quincy go forward, he can't stand Eric. That's what I mean. Be where to me, just like what we be saying, because we say when Eric go off his thing, we'll say it, but Quincy, out of your despite, this what I mean, brother Clark, when I'm saying, man, these the type of people we don't need in office. Good as he is, when Eric, even good for Liddell, I'm shooting this at Councilwoman Dr. Liddell Lewis. When Liddell Lewis second that, brother Clark, that was one of the craziest things.
I said it in the last live y'all did. That kind of hurt my heart.
Heard it.
That's why I said when I said like, remember when I said like I don't know if she's approachable, and you know what I'm saying, because it was like I don't know where she stands on certain things. When she seconded that, and you know what I mean, like that's what I meant by that. You know what I mean, like I didn't
Right,
mean I don't know about her character. I know
right,
that she, but I meant by I don't know if she's down the cause if that's what she seconded, you know what I'm saying, just by what was said. As a citizen, we looking at this on YouTube or on Facebook, and we look and
right,
we watch it, and all we hear is, you know, whatever she said. I don't know. All I heard was ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I heard. And
right,
then I heard the knee jerk reaction by Councilwoman Jerry Winfrey Carter. That was a knee jerk reaction when she said, "I'll set it off in here." That was knee jerk. That was a reaction. That was a reaction to a direct disrespectful quote or saying from somebody. Knee jerk was me. I would have been like, "What? I'll beat your ass," or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Period.
knee jerk. That's knee.
Yes.
That's knee jerk. That's you know what I'm saying. Knee jerk is I'll set it off up in here. You don't want to be. Don't be tripping because I said that is a knee jerk reaction because I heard something that caught me off guard and it had me all messed up. So I knee jerk. I said I will set it off up in here. We don't need to have Councilwoman Jerry Winfrey Carter suffer any consequences for what she said. Because if you look at it, if that was if they got this, they used to have a show called what was that show? Snapped. I
Yep.
think it was. I remember that, and it was a whole bunch of women that caught their man cheating, and they snapped and killed him. You know what I'm saying? And they got off. You know what I'm saying? Remember that? So
Sir.
that was one of the moments where this almost like you called me a dumb N-word. Like you called me like, what do you expect me to say when you speaking to me every day in a condescending tone?
But let me ask you this, because you said that might not have offended Councilman Quincy Murphy. Why not?
I don't
Why?
know. Maybe
Why?
it did.
But
I
here's the thing. But shame on you for not being offended for your black counterpart.
Well, answer this question then, brother Clark.
You
How
black
could he, right? But how could he say? How can he use him getting arrested at city council? He didn't want the black kid saying a black man getting arrested.
I'm sorry.
You don't remember when Quincy Murphy got arrested at council when Eric had him arrested. And Quincy Murphy went on one of his speeches the next day. He didn't want to be, he said he didn't want the optics of seeing a black man getting arrested at city council.
A black man get arrested at city council once a month.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying when it happened to him, that's what I'm saying. It seemed like he kind of used his blackness when it's convenient.
Well, and see, that's when I don't, and this is nothing towards, Councilman Murphy, but I don't let people get away with that scapegoating, with that I take the victim card shit. I don't. As a black man, we don't get to play the victim. We always the offender. We don't get to play the victim. So I don't, and this would be him. This would be Martin Luther King. This would be Barack Obama. We don't play the victim. We ain't got time to be the victim. We don't.
Mm-mm.
We cannot be the victim. So this is, and when, I don't want, Councilman Murphy to call me or text me and say, F you, and he ain't gonna say that, but, I'm just saying, like, what I'm saying is across the board. This is not just him. This is black men. This is us. We can't play the victim. You know what I mean? Like, we are the victim, but we can't play the victim. We got too much going. We can't do that. We cannot do that. So I don't agree with that. And just like him, he's not partial to anything. He's for, right is right and wrong is wrong. And I'm the same way. 1 + 1 is 2. One of my good friends, Gary Lee, always say that 1 + 1 is 2. I don't care what math you say it. 1 + 1 is gonna be 2. Right is right and wrong is wrong. You know what I mean?
Unless you're doing new math, hell. If you're doing that new math, 1 + 1 ain't 2. Now you got to do a whole lot of shit to get to 2.
No, I mean 1 + 1 minus 1 equals 1, divided by 1, subtracted by 1, reciprocal of 1 is you know what I'm saying?
No, see, the only reason I'm gonna give you this pushback, brother Clack, is
Come on
this.
with it.
I get what you're saying. He on right is right, but he can't. You really can't say Quincy with that. I have been down there seeing the privy of the BS that he been going along with for his dislike for Eric.
No, of course, and so have I. And that's why I say across the board, we need to get over the nitpicking. We need, with like the people, it's 83,000 people, and you know what I'm saying, registered voters around here.
Right.
We need to get it. These people are depending on these 9 folks in that room. These 9 folks in that room. They got to divide these people up. And like I said the other day, you can't be mad when they represent how they represent, because the people in their wards got them there. The people in their wards voted them there. You know what I'm saying? So they're there for a reason. Until somebody get mad enough at Councilman Mays and stand up and say, I'm tired of being tired of this going how the way it is, I'm gonna run against you and win. We are here with Councilman Mays. Until somebody stand up to Councilwoman Worthing, we stuck with Councilwoman Eva Worthing.
Absolutely.
So there better be somebody in the first. If y'all tired of Eric, if y'all tired of Councilwoman Eva Worthing, if y'all in the 8th or whatever y'all let, somebody stand up and fairly beat them. Beat them in a fair race.
Absolutely. And I think that's a problem. We don't get, but here's where I'm at with that, and which is so sad for me, Clark. Let me tell you. I'm so sad and disheartened by that, because if we can't even say that the whole water situation was enough 8 years ago, how are we gonna do that about these council people? We can't even say enough is enough about some fucking water we can't use.
We said enough, but the right people ain't said enough in the right places. Now, like I said,
it's not enough. People saying enough is enough. They'll say it on the back end to each other, but they won't say it where it count at. You feel me? That's the problem right there. So then we do the same thing about the 9 council people. Listen, I say all the time, get them up out of there. Do this, hold them accountable, whatever. I don't even live there. I ain't voted for none of them suckers. Not damn one of the 9 that was on there. I can't vote. I ain't got no dog in the fight. Except for I love the people of Flint and I want to see it better, right? I ain't got no dog in the fight. But it's not enough dogs that can be in the fight that show up to the ring. That's the whole point. Y'all ain't even gonna show up.
No, you know what it is? It's a whole bunch of people that throw the first punch and then hide their hand. or throw the rock and then hide their hand. That's
Man,
what it is.
listen.
That's what
That
it is. I ain't say that. He said that. What was T.I. had that song? Stand up. I ain't say that. He said that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
And
yeah,
don't forget the high water bills.
and,
absolutely. Water
and that,
bill.
how is it? How is it? This is the crazy. This is crazy. Mickey, you live in Flint. You do live in Flint. You don't?
Nope.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you one of the things that hurt me the most. This is one of the things that hurt me the most out of me being a parent. When I took my son to get lead tested,
Mm.
and and they gave me the result. And when it's something as a man, you are, you know, as a man, as a father, you are naturally a protector. You know what I mean? So when you have these, when you find out that there's something wrong and it ain't nothing you can do about it, it ain't nothing you can do.
What was his results? Do you mind me asking?
I remember the number is 46. You know what I mean? Like I can't remember exactly because this was, you know, a number of years ago, but the number is 46 end up, you know, sticking out to me. So
So what's a safe level?
I'm sorry.
What's a safe level? Do you know?
No, I don't, but I do know that you can, huh?
I just wondered. I don't know.
I don't know, but I do know that you can be that you can be affected by lead by eating. You know, I used to work at Hamilton Community Health Network as a community health specialist, and this was back when the water crisis was just popping off. So there was the first wave of community health specialists that started working there, and our job was to inform the clients of the water crisis and the effects of the water and the lead and the legionnaires and what foods that you could eat to kind of fight off the effects of that. And we would, you know, give them whatever, what is it, the water filters and stuff like that, put them in showers and it just so happened that there was of course a white kid from Ortonville. You know where Ortonville is?
I do.
He tested at 114 whatever percent, you know, higher than, and this is way out in the middle of West, you know, Bumblefuck, you know.
Mm.
I think the brother froze up again, but we'll
Yeah,
keep it going.
his service not that great.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but
But I'm not on here trying to bash Quincy though. I'm just
at
saying.
all. Not at all.
I'm just saying personally,
Mm.
politically, if you letting foolish go on foolishness, if you tolerating foolishness, you just bad as the other people. You know what I'm saying? And Liddell Lewis and Quincy Murphy do need to be called out for that letting that slide with that evil worthy saying ghetto. Because I'm pretty sure even it said way more things than that. That's just she just got caught doing this council. She said things on the previous council she was getting away with saying things and
Yeah.
didn't nobody say nothing. It's just this council, you know what I'm saying, when you got like to see Quincy and Liddell, be like I say, Liddell will say a point of order when Eric May said white women, like they act like Eric don't get called out for when he called them nasty white women and said this. It's ludicrous that they acting like they don't check Eric and be wanting to suspend Eric. But Eva do it. Eva go to crying. Just remember when they tried to suspend Eric the first time, when Jerry Winfrey caught her.
I'm sorry, y'all.
You
Oh,
good?
don't worry about it.
You good?
I said, remember when they was trying? Yeah,
Metro Christmas.
you. Don't worry about it. You don't want to miss this great conversation what we was just saying about the good brother Councilman Quincy Murphy. Even Councilwoman Liddell. They do need to be called to question with that far as that evil worthy thing. Because they act like people act like Eric don't get called out when Eric called when Eric does his cuss. And I done seen Eric suspended for 30 days. I done seen Eric.
Before we go into that, Clark, where you at? Wherever it is, it look real fancy. You ain't invite nobody or nothing.
Man, look,
I am offended.
I'm in
And I
Birmingham.
thought you want to, you know what? Ooh, I'll tell you. I'm listening.
No, 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 no. It's okay. It's okay.
I think we pulled an Eric Mays moment. Remember, Eric pulled up that bull was that Eric was hitting that bottle. Remember, Eric was on there with Jerry.
No, but
And,
now he was on there with Councilwoman Tanya Burns.
yeah, right. When Councilwoman Jerry Winfrey was on there too, Eric hit that bottle. It was like, what?
No, they was on with Art Woodson. They was on with
Better,
Arthur Woodson.
right? Better believe it. That was almost that moment right there.
We ain't get no invite to the fancy party here.
Hey man, y'all know I'm real, man. Like y'all caught me with the blue cup the other day. Like, hey, look, I kept saying I'm thirsty. Hold on. Hey, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I'm about to plug my phone up though.
Yeah, we ain't get no invite to this fancy setting that he in. I said, oh, he got a button up on, a polo button up, he in a little fancy place.
No, I went to a couple. I had to go to a couple engagements earlier today.
Yeah.
One of them being the commissioner president Dominique Clemens. He had his announcement today, so I went there, and there was a couple other places that I went. So that's why I got my shirt tucked in extra tight.
Oh, because you was outside today. You went outside.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go outside one day. I ain't been outside. I'm gonna go outside one day.
So that's where. Oh man.
Brenda Boyd said Quincy and Liddell are going out of their way I got you messing with Eric. I'm just waiting to call him out. Chris Jones says Liddell Lewis doesn't even know the council rules. She just says anything to see if anyone backs her on hating on Eric.
There's a lot of them that don't know how to conduct a council meeting.
Yeah.
That's why Eric is so free to
he done froze up.
He froze up again.
Yeah.
Boy, they is mad. I guess Scott Tabisky, he is mad as shit with me. He is mad as hey, Scott is mad at me.
Listen.
Scott is mad at me.
Mickey, I just think that we need to hold everybody at the same level for everything. You know, if we're going to censor Eric Mays, then we need to censor Quincy Murphy. If we're going to censor Quincy Murphy, then we need to censor Eva Worthy. When they all get out of pocket, I think they do. Because like I said before, they all get a little spicy and have a little too much hot sauce in their throat when they talk. Because it's the tone for me sometimes. Sometimes it's not even what they say, it's how they say it. It's the tone for me. And that's the same thing that I told Eric Mays. I said, listen here. I'm like, bro, I said, you be having the right agenda and the right things to say. I said, but then you come out, your tone be so jazzy. I said, you be getting a little too spicy. I said, listen, that's why you can't get nothing done. And they shoot the messenger and the message because you get too spicy. You listen, you coming with Tabasco and maybe you need to come with some mild sauce. I don't know, but you be way too spicy. Way too spicy. You got ghost peppers and you need to just be with banana peppers. I don't know, but it just be way too spicy. It's the tone for me.
Hey, did you see how Councilwoman Worthing came through when she said the point of information and she said, well, I want to talk first or I want to go first? When she was talking, when I think it was Eric was on the floor and and he was already talking in his second round, and they were about to start the second round. She was like, well, I want to go first. And I'm pretty sure that it was Councilwoman Burns that was chairing at the time, and she was like, wait a minute, he already got the floor. How you going, first?
Right.
And it's like, if that ain't privilege, if that ain't like, come on now, he already talking. If he, how you gonna just interrupt and say you want to go first?
Right. And Jaquez Jones said, like Herkin wrote it when Burns asked why she was doing something, and she said, because I can.
But now you see what I was telling y'all. Now you see what I was saying about the lawlessness, because they was calling themselves trying to check Eric, so they was breaking rules to do what they needed to do, and they let it go.
Yeah,
this is what happened when you be lawlessness. Just one person not gonna do it. All of them will go to breaking rules.
Yeah.
See, that's what I mean. Cause I ask you this, brother Clack. How do you? And this is a question for you too, Shatara. But
Okay.
I shoot it to you first. Do you think this
How come we
council?
keep on freezing?
I don't know why we freezing, brother. You freezing. You said it's that metro.
That damn Obama phone he got. Hell, that's
What?
it.
Well, I'm gonna ask you then.
Okay,
Do
come on.
you think this council, at the way it's going? Oh, here we go. You know what, Jack Quiz, we're gonna get to that. But Clark, since you back, well, it's finna be Mother's Day, so we'll shoot the question to Shatara first, and I'll
Okay.
put Jack Quiz question
Oh,
on period for y'all to
give
read.
it to the guest first. I'm
Okay,
good.
okay, cool. Okay, well, the woman get to run the show today. So it's to you. Do you think this council can go on functioning the way it is with the petty beef that's going on with it?
I don't think we have a choice. They there for another 4 years? We can't just kick people out of they voted positions, so we don't have a choice.
So you don't think that there is a chance for them to be recalled? You don't think anybody will try to recall them?
See, in order for it to be a recall, people got to vote, and the same people ain't nobody done enough messing up for the people to get voted out of office. That's the thing. That's the fear that I have with. That's the one with Representative Neely. She ain't done enough messing up. She ain't done a whole lot, but she ain't done a whole lot of messing up to get voted out of office. You see what I'm saying?
Well, who does she have to do the messing up with?
Well, I mean, the people that voted her there, but that's why I said I look up her voting record. It's easy to see that you can vote. It's easy to vote up and down ballot, Democrat up and down ballot. It's easy to do that. You go to Lansing every day. Somebody from Detroit proposed this, you vote for it. Somebody from Muskegon proposed something, you vote for it. Somebody from Mackinac proposed something that's Democrat, you vote for it. That's easy. But when you want to bring your own bills to the table and have somebody from Mackinac agree to it, that's not easy. When you want to have somebody, a Republican from, Pinconning or some damn where, agree with you and side with you and make this bill become law, that's not easy. It's easy when you have people that have bills that don't have nothing to do with Flint. There's Democratic bills, but they ain't helping us. It's easy when you have them and you just vote up and down ballot, Democrat, Democrat, Democrat. They Democrat, I'm voting, I'm voting, I'm voting. But when you trying to get something passed that doesn't have anything to do with white folks in Troy or with white folks in Mackinac City or white folks in Pinconning, it's hard to get them to agree with you and come on over here and say, okay, well, this is something that we need across the board. I'm gonna side with you on this, but you're gonna have to side with me on something else that don't have nothing to do with you.
Again, so that's why I asked, who does she have to piss off in order to get voted?
Us. But it ain't enough of us that's voting to put her in or get her out. It ain't enough first ward, second ward, third ward, sixth ward, fifth ward to say, you know what, I'm tired of being sick and tired. I'm going to vote for somebody else. We don't vote. So she's
Absolutely.
comfortable enough to go to work every day and vote up and down ballot Democrat and not fight for what we need. She
But,
comfortable because it
but
ain't enough for us to standing up saying, you know what, I'm tired of this shit. We got to go. Somebody got to say something.
she ain't pissing off the white people neither, because I bet you, goddamn it, she pissed them off. They'll vote her ass out real quick.
You damn right.
That's where I was going with that. We're not
I was going there too.
voting for show. That's who gonna have to get pissed off. Because we're not voting at all. We ain't voting one way or the other. Hell, we ain't even voted to put her in there. Really? Let's be real with that. We ain't even really vote to put her there. So she gonna
That's
have
why.
to
That's why you'll never see her. If that's why you'll never see her show up at a forum or a town hall or a debate. Why would she do that?
we didn't
Why?
put her there. And if we did not put her there, we damn sure not gonna vote her out. So she gotta piss them white people off. And until she is off their agenda and she pisses them off, they gonna be fetching and she gonna be catching. Period. And that's just like everybody else. It's profit over morals, and everybody's selling out and they being whitewashed, right? And it's profit over morals every time. And they're gonna continue to line her pockets, and they're gonna continue to pitch, and she gonna continue to fetch. Just like everybody else that's doing that same ass shit. It's all of this, and then they're okay with the propaganda. Then they okay with the smear. They okay with the everything as long as they get in their pockets lined and they can go and do all of that other stuff. That's
thing. This is one of the things that I had to that I took into consideration when I ran for state representative. Can I look at myself in the mirror every day if I go down here and fuck off these people votes?
Yeah.
I can't get paid off. I look, that's why there's something I am not, I refuse. I'm from Flint. I went to Jeff Grayer basketball camp. I went to Joe Dumars basketball camp. I went to, you know what I'm saying? I went to Garfield. I went to Walker. I went to Southwestern. I played flag football against kids that went to Doyle Ryder and Bunch and Dewey and Wilkins and all these schools. I can't look at these people in the face 30 years later if I went down to Lansing and said fuck you and I'm a side with these people that ain't got nothing to do with you, that don't like you or none of that. I could.
I feel that.
He did it again, huh?
But I feel where he's coming from because I feel like that, right? The first school I ever went to was Cook School. Shoot, we was right there on fucking stuff.
How did you like Jack Coy's question when he said, let me go back to it. I had it up there. He said, what the hell is the what the hell is the 411 on the Ethics Commission letter investigation? Have anybody heard anything on that?
I have not. I don't even know if there is even being an investigation. Is it?
And I'm gonna put the question to Brother Clark, and you can chime in, and if you want, because what you said we need people, far as being recalled, what have they did wrong? Do you think if they lie on that Ethics and Accountability Board, do you think the council people who did it should be removed?
Well, lied about what?
About Eric.
Yeah.
Remember, the Ethics and Accountability Board said they did not say for them to remove Eric.
I don't really remember too much about the Ethics and Accountability Board except for what they had to do with DeWine.
No, this is what I'm saying. They said they didn't have that letter. They didn't do that. The letter that they used to strip Eric of president.
They did, didn't they, though?
They said the Ethics and Accountability Board said they did.
Do it.
The Ethics and Accountability Board said they didn't, and they had a meeting, and only 2 council people showed up. 6th Ward Councilwoman Tanya Burns and 1st Ward Councilman Eric Mays. Everybody else thumbed the Ethics and Accountability Board like we ain't coming, basically.
I don't know. I have to think about that for a minute. Remove is a strong thing. Like when you remove, if you start removing people for certain things, you got to remember down the road, certain people, you'll have to use that same precedent for somebody down the road. So
here it go. Here it go, brother. I'll give you a clear what's in that. Brenda Boyd said they used a fake document, said they were advised to remove Eric, but that was a lie. That's what I'm saying. The Ethics and Accountability Board said they did not put that recommendation. So if they saying they ain't doing it, and then
damn it.
That's the point I'm trying to say. Now, if it comes
so
out,
that's what they were talking about. They said who wrote the letter,
right?
When I said who wrote the letter, ain't nobody saying that, and I keep saying who wrote the letter. Yeah, who wrote the damn letter? Because
hey, look, I ain't gonna look.
Saying they didn't. Then who the hell wrote the letter?
I'm not gonna say on air, but I'm gonna text y'all who I think wrote that damn letter.
Text it to me.
No, before we go off,
okay.
We'll be off. We can talk offline because I want to know.
Hey, you see me? This is my thinking pose.
But okay, well, since you're in that thinking pose,
I do what he thinking.
Since you're in that thinking pose, Brother Clack, do you feel if they did forge that letter, should that whoever it was a part of that, should they be recalled?
See, this is the thing, though. This is I'm real strong when it comes to recall and removing it, because you got to remember when let's just take for example, if you in law school,
right?
If you in law school, you use examples from particular law cases from the past to make your decisions for the future. So if you get to removing people for certain things, there's a precedent that you got to stick to, because future times they're gonna look at what you did to remove this person or recall this person, and they could use that small little thing to recall somebody for something that might not be necessarily recall necessary. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
No, I get what you're saying, but brother, I'm just going by previous recalls. Now, I've seen this happen before when they stripped councilwoman, the former councilwoman, the president of the city council, Kate Fields. Remember, the judge gave it back to her.
Of course.
Because they said it was illegal. But this, what I'm saying, when you use a fake document, when you lying and you get caught, should it be? I get what you saying when you saying it shouldn't be there, but they can recall you just saying you didn't show up to enough meetings.
Well,
yeah, no, all you need is a certain something and enough signatures or votes to be recalled, and you know what I'm saying. Like you can raise a recall for anything almost. You know what I mean? Like you parked in the wrong parking space. You parked in my parking space.
But
here's the thing for me though: if you shoot at the king, you better kill him. Y'all be shooting, and y'all aim ain't shit. If you shoot at the king, damn it, you better kill him. Because when they come, they coming, and they coming in droves. So when you shoot at the king, make sure you kill him. I'm just saying. So if you using if allegedly that this is a fake document, and you listen, you done shot at the king with the wrong ammo. You using blanks.
You shoot with a 32 or deuce 25.
That's what I'm saying. When you shot, and that go both ways. That's just like when Eric, when you shooting at the mayor, you better make sure you got the right one, because if you miss, you shoot at the king. That can go both ways. And I just feel like, but to me, it's like, if your council people did this, what other things would they do? And you know what I'm saying? Don't you kind of lose the trust of the people? I ain't saying people ain't done it before, but they blatantly then got caught doing something. So how could you? So how could you trust Allie? I mean, Councilwoman Allie Hokenroder. I'm not saying she could be. Maybe she might have been misled to go in this way. You know what I'm saying? Somebody must have told them they can go ahead. But I was always told shit rolls downhill. So
somebody old told you that.
Well, I'm trying to tell you. So when you'd have been caught, you know, shit got to roll downhill. What should she be suspended for 90 days? I mean, what should it be?
She made a point. She said, wasn't it strange to y'all that all 9 of them were there when half of them had already been missing before that?
Oh, I definitely believe it was allegedly, let me get this they knock us off the chitlin circuit. I believe allegedly it was some backdoor dealings and moves that got put together. My thing is, how did they? Now, don't get me wrong. I feel like Eric backed himself in his corner, but I feel he's a seasoned politician where he can still get up out of this. Because this ain't the first time. Remember that last council, they had his ass in a tangled weave, and Eric, he swung out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, here's the thing. He's not a dummy by no means at all. He's a very, very smart man. He borderline brilliant. That's probably what the fuck is half his goddamn problem. He borderline brilliant. That's probably part of his problem why he's off on the tangent so much.
And Brenda giving us some game. You notice she said there's 11 people on here and no one is.
I wonder who the other ones are.
Probably the other squad.
I don't care.
It won't be the first time.
It doesn't matter to me.
We're gonna fight. Listen, let me say this, because this listen, what I don't care. I actually don't care who's on here. Don't care if it's the other side. I don't care what side is on, because I'm not on a side. I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't live here. I don't live in Flint. I can't vote for none of you suckers. None of y'all. Not one. I don't live in any of your wards. Can't vote for you at all. But what I can do is call your shit out for the other people that can vote for you. For the ones that don't watch. For the ones that don't see it. That I can do. And it don't even matter to me. It don't even matter to me if you in there or not. Because what you not gonna do, I'm not gonna shut up. Anybody that know me for real in real life know that I am not about to shut up. I'm gonna say what I gotta say, and listen. I said it. Yeah, I said it.
No, I love that they watch it. That means we doing something.
They're nervous.
Yeah,
it's fine with me. And listen, I love the free publicity when you talk about it at council and wherever else you bad talking it. Because you know what that do? That just make people come over and watch it and see what we talking about.
right.
I'm all for it. I love it. We done got a whole bunch of new people because it ain't what they say it is. It's nothing like what they say it is. And I'm excited for it. So let me say this. If you are on there and you out here, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on here. I appreciate you. Even if it's just for 5 minutes or 1 minute. Hey, it's a click and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I appreciate it.
I mean, it's a good thing. But like we were saying, Brother Clark, you might have was watching early. I don't want it to get downright messy again.
I don't either.
See,
That's the type of politics I'm not about. Let's debate policy. Let's debate what you got and what I got, and let's see what who's got the best got. Let's do that. I don't care about what you got going on in your private life and what you got going on over here and over there, and that's not my concern. That the people don't care about that. We care about what you're gonna do to represent us, and that's all I care about.
So let me ask you this, Clark. Because I said this before the other day, and I said, all of this bickering and arguing and all this smear campaigning and all the propaganda they're putting out, lying on this stuff and doing all this crazy stuff. But we are so concerned about the crime in the community and the young people doing this and the young people doing that.
Oh my God.
But this is what they see. This is exactly what they see.
he did it again.
That's okay. He froze up. He really wanted to talk about it too. He was ready. He was ready. He had got tuned up. He'll be back. Oh, Jacoy said what I was just getting ready to talk about. He said that arguing is tearing down the community. Jacoy, I was just getting ready to go to that. I thank you for saying that. Because you hit the nail right on the head. That's where I was definitely going with it. It definitely is tearing down the community. It is so appalling to see that because children are sponges and they see all of this shit going on and they just on the same thing, and they see the same things and they see all of this. I'm glad you're back because I see you wanted to get in on that.
I did.
So, but they talk about the kids and they talk about these kids doing all of this stuff in there and this and that. But this is exactly what the kids are seeing. The kids are seeing all of this and they're hearing all of this, and you expect for them to act like upstanding citizens, and they see y'all with this bullshit that y'all doing.
Not even that, Satara. We expect for our kids to compromise. We expect for our kids to be to work with other people, to be the bigger person, to not be petty, to you know what I mean. And we look at our leaders and they doing everything in the opposite. And that's just not our local leaders. That comes from the top all the way down. You know what I'm saying? That's coming from the top. We expect our kids to go and be a team player and compromise and hold themselves accountable and be responsible. But when we look at our leaders, what the hell are they doing? Not that. Pointing the finger.
With the team player part of it, though, I think that sometimes we do a disservice about the whole team player thing because I think that the whole feeling like a victim and it's not fair things comes from the too much fucking teamwork. That whole everybody gets the trophy shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit! I almost failed.
Don't do that.
I was trying to unplug my phone.
Oh, because you know what? I would. You okay? You
I would have
like,
laughed too.
I'm good. I was finna.
I would have
I
hit
would've
you.
laughed
I
too.
would have hit you on the stream, man. I wouldn't have let it go viral. Oh shit, Mike.
I would have laughed if I
Oh,
went viral doing some dumb shit.
yeah, I was about to say.
Oh, he had a bad spot.
Ain't it, Mike? I'm gonna tell you. But you know, like I say, it's a lot of things that could have been did better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a lot of things. But we as black, what get me, we being blacks, how hard we go at each other. But I remember my cousin used to used to tell me this. I promise on everything. He used to say, "Man, don't nobody fight hard like family."
Yep.
And that's crazy. We would dig that deep with each other just to go that hard. Man, I was just reading a post that I was, you know, I have been going back and forth in that discussion, Flint, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, this white guy, he wrote me a paragraph. I mean, he was pissed, told me basically I can leave America if I don't like it.
Huh? What you
Yeah.
pissed him off, Mick?
I don't know how I pissed him off. I was just on there commenting because it was like, I guess they wanted to say like, I don't get this situation. You know what? Yes, I do. I ain't saying it. You gotta move smoother. There's a lot of white people that's mad. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really is mad. They getting did. You gotta think the poor white getting did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the poor white get the
Hey,
poor
my
white.
bad, Joe. My phone about to die. I think that's why I keep on blacking out. So I'm gonna have to
Uh,
just let my phone charge and I'm gonna jump back on. How long y'all gonna be on?
You know,
who
whatever
knows?
blows us.
Okay, so look, all right. So I'm gonna let my phone charge and I'll talk to y'all in a minute.
All
Okay.
right.
I'm
Yeah.
about to listen though, if I can. It's my phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mick, but I think it's just it's I think it's poor people in general. Yeah, you gotta be white or black. Shit, we all getting done wrong. It's the ones but it's the ones that don't see it that bothers me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The ones that kind of like it's just like when you talk about relationships and you talk about seeing the red flags, right? And you just ignore them.
Right.
I think we ignore the red flags with everything, not just relationships. And I think that shouldn't be a thing that we should say we ignore red flags about them too. But we ignore red flags about everything, including this stuff that we are seeing, as it relates to the politicians from the top on down, not just the local, not just the state, but the federal too. And we ignore the red flags, and we just take it. And that's the other thing. We tolerate it, right? We just
Yes,
take.
we do. No,
What is
we
wrong
do.
with us?
No, we do because you got to look at it. You got some who don't see it. They can't see it from their own because it's not them. Because I always hear they you can't see it. That's like far as with the evil fire saying the the ghetto. It was other things that she said. It was just even the voting was going on, like with the House of Esther.
I
They
gotta hold on. Let me address this. Somebody just inboxed me and said I got something on my face. No, my nose is pierced. That's a nose ring. I don't
Oh,
know.
they thought you had a booger up there.
I guess they thought they was trying to be discreet and tell me you got something on your face. No, my nose is pierced. I gotta
Oh,
know.
that's what's up. Good looking
I
out.
appreciate you.
Good looking out in the chat.
Yes, I appreciate you so much.
No, because I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, if you can't see from the water settlement,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the water's still not fixed. People,
Right.
you got Ike coming on here trying to tell them about a cancer cluster study. Like,
Yep.
some of these things shouldn't even have to be taught. I mean, we got so much BS going on. That's even with, and let me be honest, man. I'm cool with whites. I'm just, you know what I'm saying. Like, if you seen us when we was down there talking with Dennis Pfeiffer, we even had him on the show. I don't have no beef on that. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no beef. We just talking about how can you move Flint forward.
Absolutely.
I feel like some of them blacks should be able to get some of them contracts down there. It
Mm-hmm.
should not just be the same old getting it. I feel like the House of Esther should get a shot. Why not give them some? Don't get me wrong. I understand Flynn gone now. So what y'all gonna do with the grocery store?
Mm. Whose hands did he leave that in?
The North Side do need a grocery store.
But
I
whose hands
just
did he leave it in? He gone. Whose hands did he leave it in?
you have to talk to the people that's behind it. Maybe we can get Liddell because when she an investor in it,
Yeah, but she didn't vote for that extra money and all of that. Mm-hmm.
oh, you know what? I do want to know why some of the people who is on that council that got money tied as an investor in that, why they wouldn't vote for it. I mean, I get it now. He gone or whatever. But if y'all didn't want to do that co-op grocery store, why y'all ain't trying to get say a Walmart over here or
At least the Kroger.
a Kroger over here? You know what I'm saying? Why
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't you want to get a grocery store over here and put
Right.
it over there? I mean, I'm trying to. I haven't understood that yet. Like, why not? Why not put a grocery store over there on the north side? Like, what is they waiting on? What is the purpose? Well, we got a big. You got to beg them for them to see the north side is a food desert. That's my only thing. I do get it. Whether if you do agree with Pastor Flynn or you didn't, did the north side need a grocery store?
Absolutely.
Okay, if you don't go with him, why not bring somebody else in over here, another grocery store?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? They have to be them shit. They popping up Walmarts and all. Why you can't get one of them on the north side? Like you said, a Kroger. Why we can't get a Kroger back over there?
Or why can't we get a Meyer back?
You know what I'm saying? Right. That's what I'm like. What is it that you know what I'm saying? Okay, the Flynn experiment ain't work. Let's go with a commodity we know it work. Let's go with a name brand. Let's get like you said. Let's get see if we can get Myers back over here. Let's
Mm-hmm.
see if we can get a Kroger back over here. They know that North Side need a grocery store.
Isn't
Why not?
she said? Isn't that part of the master plan for all of that to be empty and make it into an apple orchard? For fucking what? It's an apple orchard right there on fucking Stanley Road. I mean on Coldwater Road.
But that's what
Obviously,
I'm.
shit, but that I forgot that's closed too. But what? An apple orchard for what?
But that's the point that
That's
I'm like.
no, seriously. That's part of a master plan, like for real.
It's okay. Kathleen King said I thought they were talking about putting in Costco where the old Meyer used to be. Hey, I wouldn't be mad at that, but give but give the North Side something.
All
That's
right,
all I'm saying.
I'm into Costco. I like Costco. Costco got more stuff, but I don't know. I like them
I
better.
would listen, Shatara,
But
I wouldn't be
but
mad.
something, just anything, something needs
Yeah,
to come here.
yeah. Put something over there for the people on the North Side can go there and get, they can get something. Give them something.
Listen, Brenda Boyd, I hope they're not putting no apple orchard up there. Listen, if they put an apple orchard right there, I am gonna flip my shit. Let me be honest.
Ain't it still enough room?
I'm gonna
Ain't,
flip my shit.
ain't it still enough room to have an apple orchard with a grocery store?
Why do we need a goddamn apple orchard?
I don't want it, but I'm just
Shit.
saying. But I'm just
That's
saying
the silliest shit I ever heard. What the hell we need an apple orchard for?
the council
Oh,
can't they
wow.
can't the council write resolutions to the master plan?
They need to be changing it. They need to be looking through it and looking at it and
No,
make sure that they do that.
I'm really with that. I'm trying to figure it out.
I
You
am
know what I'm
appalled.
saying? They
I
say
am
all
so appalled.
okay, Jaquez, all it takes is a city official calling corporate to ask about investing in the community. I mean, shit, I don't know what else. Jaquez, I'm starting to feel like I'm my Einstein right now. And knowing my IQ, so it's all right. It ain't the best, but I ain't dumb. But I'm just saying though, with some of the things that can be did, it make you think like, even with bringing the sanitation, getting some garbage trucks, how can you spend 9 million? But I'm just glad I ain't the one making these calls because they usually it's something up. If you seen the emergency manager, that's why I love what Sister Claire McClinton said when she said, "Let's get rid of the ghosts of the emergency manager."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He just set up. I mean, when she said that, I thought that was so deep when we was at that Dennis Pfeiffer, Councilman Dennis Pfeiffer, Harper meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when she got up and said her speech? She said, "Let's get rid of the ghost of the emergency
Yeah,
manager."
she
How
did.
how come they can't getting rid of the ghost is getting some of the things back that was took away?
Mm-hmm.
People act like haven't you? Listen. People have lost things. Just say you didn't had a house, you lost it, but you go get you another house. Flint is starting over. Flint can't say you can't go back and get these things, Flint, that you once lost. You
Right.
can't go back and get them, acquire them, but you got to have the right leadership at the top, and then you got to have a strong ass council that's willing to get down with the mayor and do some work.
So do you think that's a thing though, Mick? Do you think that the people that we have in place that are going forward as being like mayor or whatever, do you think that they will have the right agendas and put those things in place and get rid of that? Because Dr. Weaver talked about that, getting rid of, the ghost of the emergency manager. She did talk about that Friday.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I believe her and Eric would. And I know she would because she was fighting when the emergency manager was here. Yeah, Land Bank.
Auntie, you so right about that. They
Yeah,
definitely need to go. You are so right.
I believe. You know what? I'll go on the limb with it. I believe I believe her and Eric. I'm gonna say that. I believe her and Eric would if either one of them was mayor. I know she would because she was fighting with him, trying to get. Her and Eric. I gotta say because they fought and got rid of the emergency. They fought and got rid of the emergency manager. They just never got a. Weaver never got a chance.
So Brenda, with that, okay, so saying that Brenda Boy said they're also saying you can't rebuild the same size house. You have to build a bigger house. That makes no sense. So what it is they're not saying that you have to build a bigger house. They're saying you can't build on there, period. It's not even, they're saying that even that land where you tear down a house and that's that same size house, they're saying you can't build on, period. They're saying that land isn't big enough to put whatever amount of square feet that they're requiring, that you can't put anything there. So let's take the east side, for instance. They start tearing those houses down on the east side. You can't rebuild there. They say it's not big enough. You can't rebuild. You can't rebuild the same size house, and you can't rebuild a bigger house. That's what they're saying. Let's be clear about that. Now I got that, and that was from Judy Priestley when Councilwoman Judy Priestley was on there. So that's what they're saying. And so what I'm saying about that is they need to the zoning commission or who the fuck ever them people are that making those silly ass rules. Those are the people that they need to re-put different people in that place because they're appointed to those positions. So they need to appoint some people there, or they need to change they need to change it. That's what they're there for. That's what council is there for. And they using their flex for all the wrong shit. Y'all flexing for a point of order to keep somebody in their place and to keep Eric Mays shut up or to keep whatever else happened. Y'all using all of these. Y'all flexing for the wrong things. And y'all need to be flexing for the city. That's what you need to do. Use your power and flex to get that shit done. To say, okay, you out. You wrong shit on your brain. You don't want to change these. We gonna put somebody in there that's gonna be for the city. The city, not just the ward, but a fucking city. That's my whole thing. They're not even agreeing. They're not even agreeing with each other on things that need to happen in all of the wards. That's a problem. It's not, y'all. They can't even agree that all of that shit need to happen in all 9 wards. What kind of silly ass shit is that?
Did they forget what?
That these zoning fucking laws and all of this shit need to happen in all 9 wards. Y'all gonna argue and fuss and fight about that? Y'all silly as fuck. I'm so sick of them.
Did you forget what Councilman Dennis Pfeiffer said when he was on here?
What he said?
You remember when he said his ward didn't need much help as other wards did?
He did say that.
When he was talking about how to build something.
But that's absolutely true. But now I need to double back on him because, okay, if your ward don't need as much, why the fuck are you voting down everything that need to go into other wards? If you don't need that in your ward, but you know the other wards do, why are you voting it down? If you in agreement that Flint needs to be rebuilt and somebody is and Councilman Quincy Murphy is asking for something in his ward and you voting it down, fuck is your problem? If you don't need it in your ward, then why they can't have it in theirs? That shit is ridiculous. Fucking silly. It's the silliest shit ever. And all it takes is for y'all to just be on one accord to say the city needs help, period. We all live in the city. The only other thing that I can think of and why y'all not doing that is because y'all asses don't fucking live here for real. Because if you did, it would be a problem for you. You think I want to go to my auntie's house and gotta drive through that shit to get to her fucking house and gotta look at all that shit on her block? It's abandoned houses, shit tore down, shit burnt up, all fucking everywhere just to get to go visit my fucking auntie. And y'all claim to live in this fucking city? Shut the fuck up. That shit is stupid. I am so tired of that. And if your ward don't need it, but the other wards do, and you won't vote for it, you're the fucking problem. You're the problem. Y'all need to grow up. Y'all got in this position to be for the people, and y'all ain't doing shit for the people. Nothing. I can't even see shit that y'all doing that's for the people for real. The fourth ward looked like shit. I wouldn't go walk my fucking dog in the fourth ward. Flat out. You go over there in the fifth ward. The fifth ward been looking like a fucking danger zone for I don't know how the fuck long. Cause don't nobody give a fuck about that.
Do you think that's by design?
Fuck yeah, it is. Yes, definitely is. And y'all people that's on the council seat don't see that. Y'all need to do that. You're right, Auntie Sherry. Flint don't need another fucking park. We got a park in every fucking ward, every ward that has a park already. Why don't you, if you want to do something with a park, why don't you just revamp the parks that's in all of the wards? Do that. We need a state park and it need to be downtown. Fuck downtown. I'm so sick of everything being downtown. Y'all want to redo all the bricks downtown? Yeah, I'm damn near tearing my whole fucking truck up to get to downtown.
Did you know 5.2 million? 5.2 million.
This shit is so silly. So fucking dumb. And that's all we concerned about. But you want to holler about the crime. Ain't that a bitch?
No, something the Mayor Weaver did. Memorial candidate, Dr. Karen Williams Weaver, when she said we needed drones, like we need to be basically coming to the future.
Absolutely, we do. We light years behind already.
Yeah, when she said that we needed to, and I'm saying that 300,000, not to take a shot at Mayor Neely. I'm just saying he did a couple things. Like she admitted she didn't do everything right, but she did enough right. And I will say that she did enough. She did enough. And I'm saying with him, with Mayor Neely, man, you had 300,000 on the helicopter.
So rent a fucking helicopter. Let's be clear.
Not to go and buy. Rent it. We could have did that. You could have did that. Put the cameras up. Don't get me wrong.
What benefit was the helicopter? What good did it do? Somebody put that in the chat. What did it do?
No, I was against that. They said while you're cleaning up the park, you can see the houses with the blue carpets on the roofs. Yeah, it was y'all, Annie. That 300,000 was a waste of money.
Definitely a waste of money. And I can't even see how beneficial it was because nothing happened. Nothing happened from it to my knowledge. I didn't see anything. We didn't catch more criminals because of it. We didn't stop people from doing donuts in the street because of it. Less people didn't get shot and killed from it. I don't understand. What did it do?
And I'll go back this with Brother Roberts said. Where it's more jobs, it's less crime.
I say that too. But then I also say, how the fuck are we gonna get jobs here when ain't nobody got nowhere to live?
No, you're right. You and
We
Brother
don't
Roberts
bring,
did
we don't
say
bring
that.
businesses here for them to travel fucking from bumfuck Egypt to get here. That's crazy. They don't have nowhere to live. This shit's crazy, man. Woo! I done got riled up. I think
No,
it's the silliest shit ever. Jaquez said, didn't they say the helicopter only flew 21 to 31 times in 1 year? I don't even know. But even in that little bit of time, Jaquez, what did it do? How beneficial was it? What was the benefit from it? Because I didn't see any benefit from it. Not at all. Not even a little bit. Just to say it flew so we can hear it or we can see it. I don't know. Was it for the photo op so you could take a picture in it or take a picture by it to say you got it? Woo, whoopee. I got a king size bed. Y'all want to take a picture of that? It ain't gonna benefit y'all, but I got one. Fuck. That's how I feel about that. That's how I feel about that, Mick. Like me taking a picture of my king size bed. It's not benefiting y'all, but hey, I got one.
I'm with listen, and I'm just saying that's just one of many. They said the helicopter wasn't even painted.
It hurt.
With your tooth?
Yeah, the one that you never take off.
You know what the motion's at? Oh yeah, I'm back.
Take it out. Oh, what did they tell me, man?
Oh, okay, y'all. So listen. So this is what the helicopter did. So the helicopter. Hold on, I'm finna tell y'all. So the helicopter, Air One, assisted with 10 arrests. Hold on, let me go to the beginning. See, Air One patrolled for 5 weeks, October 30th and 31st, November 8th, November 13th, November 20th, and November 4th. These are the highlights. Air One assisted with 10 arrests. Air One located 4 BOL subjects. These subjects were involved in reckless driving and domestic disturbance incidents. Air One assisted with 2 traffic pursuits. Air One located the home of a PWAG domestic disturbance incident and gave ground with information prior to that arrival. The subject was arrested without injury. Air One observed and notified 4 hazardous incidents, such as a car broken down in the middle of the road or wires down. The average arrival time of the dispatch time in 5 minutes for Air One.
I mean, I guess that's if you want to call that a W.
Yeah.
If you want to take that as a W, let's get back to the garbage contract. That was a debacle.
$75,000 for a photo op? Ooh, mercy.
I mean,
Ooh, child, listen. Okay. Do y'all count that as wins?
You know, some people, some will take a W however they can get it. Me, I wouldn't have took that as a W because I'd have been like, okay. And like I say, I'm not for to have cameras everywhere, but people should be able to be safe. You know what I'm saying? People should be able to go out, be able to come back home. You know what I'm saying?
So the $304,000 contract never went into effect. Neely got the second contract from October 30th to December 11th, 2021. And it was only up those 4 times.
For how much?
What a fucking joke.
It went up 4 times for 300. That's the 300,000. It went up 4 times for 3, so that's 75,000 every time it went up.
But remember what I just said. The first $304,000 contract never went into effect.
Right.
In flight. But the second time, for October 30th to December 11th, those 4 times, $75,000 4 times.
That's 4 flights.
The Michigan State chopper one is the one that didn't work. The first 304,000.
So they ain't had to pay for that one. You said the contract didn't go into effect, right?
Yeah.
So they still had that. So they ended up spending the $300 on the second helicopter.
$775,000 per flight, 4 times.
So that's expensive going up in the air. Can't you take helicopter rides for cheaper than that in Vegas or somewhere?
Yep. Yeah.
Well, Jacquez Jones said they have hundreds of millions of dollars and spent it on shit that Flint doesn't need. I totally agree with you with that.
So the Michigan State chopper is the free one.
Yes.
That we use all the time.
But you spent $300.
Well, we spent $304,000 to fly this other one for 4 times. What a child.
I should have went in helicopter, bought me a helicopter.
We in the wrong business, Mick.
So the hell is. I could have bought one and rented it. Like shit, I'll really let y'all use it 4 times. Give me $75,000.
I feel like we need to buy one and rent it. Yeah, I'll leave.
Shit, I'd have got in there and flew it. This is what you want to see?
Maybe we're in the wrong business.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's just one that a lot of people didn't really agree with. I believe he had the opportunity to do right. I just think he just somehow, sometimes like they say, man, positions corrupt people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You might have the right intentions on doing the right thing, and then you get to, like, it become about me. You get to, well, not me, the I complex.
Yeah.
And not the team complex. You know what I'm saying? Because he could have
They
done
always
something.
say no I in team.
Yeah, he got the I complex, like people say, because I don't be knowing how these people be getting that information about him. He was building a house. Brenda Boyd, can you help me out with this? I don't want to be the one saying it, but then allegedly, isn't he getting a house in Fenton or in Lake Fenton or is it Swartz Creek? Something, not Swartz Creek. I don't know which allegedly where he supposed to be having a house built at when he getting up out of Flint. You know what I'm saying? Like the different people they said didn't live in Flint when they when they council days was over, they bounced.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
where are they now? They ain't in Flint no more. They ain't here fighting no more.
Where's Santino go? Allegedly, Santino, you know what Santino had took a job, so they said he was gone.
Maurice Davis.
Maurice still here.
Is he? I'm asking. I just ain't seen him. I'm not saying he didn't. I'm asking.
I think he's still here.
Okay. You been hiding this. Y'all seen Maurice Davis?
Yeah, can somebody get us in contact with Maurice Davis? We'd love to bring him on.
Absolutely. We'd love to talk to him. Y'all seen him? He quit the radio show and the podcast, all of that. He got the hell on down. I swear Maurice Davis at?
They ran Maurice Davis off social media. I'm trying to tell you.
I would like to talk to him too.
Maurice Davis. How did you feel about Maurice Davis?
So at first I was kind of okay with Maurice, right? And then he trumped out on me, and I couldn't understand where he was going with that, right? And I just, he was doing some stuff at the plight of the people that I just wasn't in agreement with. Like I didn't understand it when he trumped out on us. Like, listen, here's the thing: your vote is your vote. You go with who you go with. If you are a Trump supporter, like that's crazy. I don't I don't understand. I don't know what bag he was coming out of. So I would like to talk to him and find out. But he tried to redeem himself at the end, right? And tried to come back with that.
Yeah. No, Brenda, I wasn't saying you were saying that, Brenda. I wasn't saying you were saying it. I was just saying what was they saying allegedly he was supposed to be, getting up out of Flint. This ain't nothing. I'm just saying. Because I tell you this, man, when people find out your business, they get your business and know everything about you.
Man, listen.
Shit, they do their homework here. I tell you that.
Yes, sir. No, I do I did I like Maurice Davis for I even fool with him on the music part.
Well, answer this question for me before we get off subject.
Go ahead.
Do you think he was wrong for when he went to the Trump thing? I mean, the Trump when he came to Flint rally. Do you think he was wrong for going to that rally?
It's his vote. It was his decision. He felt like that was the candidate for him. Now, I think some of the things that he was saying, and how he was talking about some of those things, I don't think that was necessarily the way to go, especially living here in Flint with your people. However, shit, I can't knock that. I can't knock that man for the way that he was deciding to vote.
Well, this what I look at it from this angle, and I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? You got to.
Kathleen, I don't have his number. I never had his number. Y'all, I'm like, so like I see people and I know people. I've never had his number. I never reached out. Y'all remember I don't live in Flint, so I never, called a council person or had to speak with a council person per se. This journey I'm on right here is really new and fresh to me, but I never had his number, so I never was in contact with him. I did reach out to him, a while ago, but a long while ago, but yeah, no, I never had his number to even call him. Go ahead, Mick. I'm sorry.
No problem. I understand you had to address that. My thing was this: I didn't see him doing no wrong. You know what I'm saying? I didn't agree with his politics before I saying him reaching out to Trump, but we got a Democratic governor, we got a Democratic president, we got a Democratic Senate, we got a Democratic House. Do you still think he was wrong on what he was trying to do? I think his message got lost in who it was he was asking for help from. Because he was saying Flint needed clean water. It wasn't like he was asking something from him. Oh yeah, Brenda, if you call him for us, we'd love that to see if we can get him on.
I agree, Mick, that maybe his delivery was wrong, but again, it's our right and our freedom to vote how we want to, right?
No, I'm saying you got a Democratic president, a Democratic Senate, and a Democratic House. Flint still don't have no clean water.
Absolutely. And he felt like if he go the other way, maybe something else would shake. He could get something else to happen. I don't know what his motive was, but something made him say this was the better choice. Maybe he was on the business end of it because he's a businessman and he resonated with Trump because he's a businessman as well.
I'm just saying, I think the people he got scrutinized because we gotta quit acting like the Democrats don't play games just like Republicans. You know what I'm saying? We get caught up in the loop. Like sometimes you're supposed to be able to put the politics to the side and really help the people. You know what I'm saying? Like it shouldn't be. It's a Democrat and it's a Republican. How can we move Flint forward? How can we move Benton Harbor? The city was poisoned. 2 cities have been poisoned. That's crazy in this day and time. Like when Mayor Weaver, Dr. Cam, the mayoral candidate, Dr. Cam Williams Weaver, like she was on Flint. It should never been another Flint. Benton Harbor shouldn't have been a Benton Harbor.
Like she said, we were the blueprint. We were the blueprint, and that should have been it on what to do and what not to do. We were definitely the prototype.
Kathleen King, who turned on Neely, Kate Fields, Ava Griggs? Who was that?
I think she's talking about Maurice Davis.
Oh, Maurice. Oh, right. But okay, because we is on Maurice. No, that's that. Yeah, right. And I think Maurice got to see it toward the end. He seen his where he went wrong at,
He seen the error of his ways and he changed his mind.
and Maurice got caught up in it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's what he did earlier. He was trying to fight, but
But again, that's another thing. We didn't allow him to change his mind either. We was just mad as hell at him.
right. And we didn't look what he was saying. Like he said, we didn't went to the. If you go look at the Democratic ran cities.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just go look at it. That's like right now. Like I know Rich didn't get it because you had explained that about the battery pack plants that was supposed to been here.
Yeah, Rich was mad and said I called him dumb, and I did not.
Right.
Those things were on the table a couple years ago. That's not an overnight thing. That is really something that has to be put in place and be at the table for a minute. You know, to strategically plan that placement, how big, where it's gonna be at, what kind of tax breaks, if it's any tax breaks, all of that. It's a lot of pieces to that puzzle. And you can't just say, oh yeah, let's put a battery plant right there. And they're like, yeah, you know what? You're right. Let's just start that next week. It don't happen like that. That had been on the table for a couple years. They had been talking about that, right?
Right. That's the point that I'm saying. When you got a mayor and the council that's in one, why does he think you call him dumb?
The
Oh, she talked about why Rich, because Rich had misunderstood what Shatara was talking about, like when she said that battery pack. I mean the battery plant, that ship has sailed. He didn't really watch. You know how sometimes Rich didn't watch the whole.
Yeah, I was just saying that the ship has sailed. We came to the table too. Well, actually, we came to the dinner party too late because the table was already broken down, taken down. Wasn't even the table no more to sit at. So.
And that's exactly what it was. It wasn't nothing. It was just Rich, just how you come late and you catch something you didn't you didn't see, and that's all. But that's been resolved.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been resolved. I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to see
You
though,
gotta stop
like.
being late to the party though.
Yeah, no, we do. But see, you need, and that's what I think. The people are mad. Why? I believe why Sister Winters is catching flat because you like when you get a change. When you get a change, like hey, listen, like we were saying, like Maurice using Maurice as the example. He seen what he went wrong at. Because he was the one that voted for the for that water settlement to go ahead and take that. He was one of them. He's you know what I'm saying. He's seen it. He got food in the taking it. He got food in the voting.
He saw the error of his ways.
Yeah.
We ain't allow him to have that.
No, you got one shot. If they feel like you fuck up here, you get. But we only black.
You said what off, Nick?
I said blacks, we be harder on each other. We got one time if you mess up, they hold that against you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Definitely.
and not trying to go back at Councilwoman Eva Worthing, but look how people giving her a break. We don't do that for each other.
Yeah. Yeah. And how crazy is that? You give this lady a pass and you want to fight for her, but you won't fight for oof, that hurt.
No, they won't.
That hurt.
We won't even do that. And that's just like and I'm not, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not and I don't want to look at like we coming on, we bashing Councilman Quincy and Councilwoman Dr. Liddell Lewis, but some things we got to call our folks, hold them accountable for. You know what I'm saying? When you claim Oh, you say you for good spirit, and then you entertain foolishness. You can't call Eric out on his.
Entertain lawlessness,
Right, right.
because there's been a lot of that going on. A lot of that going on.
They do need to be, but I'm saying, personally, I feel like she should either be suspended for at least 30 days. You know, if she ain't suspended for 30 days, I feel like even Worthy, Councilman Worthy should suspend it for 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
Or to keep it, if we're gonna go all the way there, because this ain't her first time she done did this. Maybe she need to resign.
Yeah.
Because that little weak apology that she gave, come on now.
Yeah.
Come on.
Her attendance is deplorable. Her attendance is deplorable. And I just feel like, if you don't want to do the work for real, then and, excuse me.
I
And
see
why
that.
is that? And why is that? Like if you are teacher virtually, it's not like you're not, I don't know. Who am I? Sure. I don't I just know that your attendance is deplorable and it's been deplorable for a long time. It didn't just get that way.
I'm finna hit you with a juicy question before you
What
get
is it?
tired. I know you got 20 more minutes, and I'm gonna
Oh,
hit
no,
you
I'm
with a
good.
juicy. Oh, I'm gonna hit you with a juicy question.
I'm good.
You said,
You know what, Mick? When I'm, you know me. I'm always cold. That ain't that.
yeah.
That ain't
No,
word.
this what I was finna hit you with, and it was from an earlier question. How did they all show up to get together to suspend Eric?
I feel like it was by design. If you all showed up for that, you can't all show up for nothing else. Then it had to be some sidebar somewhere. It
Oh,
had to
so
be
you,
some sidebar somewhere.
oh, so
Allegedly.
you, right. So thank you, thinking on your toes right there. So allegedly, do you
Allegedly.
think people had got together to put this together?
Allegedly.
Oh, okay.
That's what it seems like. This is that, and let me just say that this is Satara's personal opinion, not attacking anybody. I'm just saying it would seem as if that the cards were stacked, the deck was stacked, the deck was stacked. Like they how when you was playing dice Mick, you used to set the dice, right? Set the deck. That's what it seemed like to me.
I look like I cheat.
No, not you
Okay.
personally, but you remember
Okay.
when they would do that.
Yeah, I know some scoundrels that did things like that.
We all know some dirtbags.
Yeah, I know some dirtbags that'll set you up, cheat you on the dice. It's
Uh-huh.
terrible. It was
Uh-huh.
terrible. It was very terrible.
Uh-huh.
But and this one thing, and they think that people don't know this was a coup d'état, as
Yeah.
they would say.
Yeah.
That's what I'll be thinking. Like, do they be thinking people is not hip to what they doing? Y'all think we that naive to not think?
Mickey, I think what they bank on sometimes is not enough people show up or watch it. But they have to remember that it's been such a fucking circus for so long. Everybody watching. People from all over are watching because it's been such a clown show for so long.
And then too, that's what I wanted to tell. I wanted to say that. I guess I'll tell it to her now, because when Liddell Lewis said around the U.S. we look like a clown, they look like a clown show. Councilwoman Dr. Liddell Lewis. No, you are part of the clown show. See, we get council people on there to act like, oh, we look like a clown show. No, Liddell, they're talking about you too. See, I don't want her to be excluding herself like Quincy. They acting like they don't look at them and see they're part of the problem too. You know what I'm saying? Like Quincy act like him in the back and forth with Eric Mays. He act like he just said it's just one sided or Eric picking with him. Oh, I clap back. You saying them type of things in the council setting.
that spice.
I'm just saying, put some respect on my name. You know what I'm saying? I watched, and I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mhm.
I watched in that Flint Politics Reboot group, and I'm just gonna give them a shout out. I watched the white people over in that group literally talk about Quincy. Former Councilman Griggs, Alan Griggs, said Quincy basically couldn't talk right.
Oh, he's the worst.
I sit up there and watch them go, and I see them
He's the
try to
worst.
they try to defend, and I'm like, damn. I watched them go at Quincy, and I'm like, like I said, I didn't understand it. I'm like, damn, they going at Quincy like this, you know what I'm saying? And they be in the chat on the on Flint City Council when they be going like that's not.
Jaquez.
I'm just telling you, I watched. I watched them over there on Fire Zone there go in on Quincy, and I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? They just gonna say this about Quincy, like, damn, and you know,
I guess I need to get a TikTok then, Jaquez, so I can see it. Oh my goodness.
it'll mess your day up. Oh, who they got it on, Quincy or on Eric?
I don't know. Say he posted him on TikTok and he's running my views up in the tens of thousands. I believe it. I
Yeah,
believe it.
like I said, I watched this go down. Do you think I could be wrong, but I didn't see Councilwoman Eva Worthing coming over there condemning them, saying lay off Quincy. I didn't even see Councilwoman Dr. Liddell Lewis go on there and say anything because they be in them chats listening, watching.
Did Councilwoman Judy Priestley defend him?
I don't think she said that. Nope, I don't think she did neither.
Gerald DeSanto.
No, I'm just telling you, they was going in on Quincy. That's why I was looking at it like, damn, ain't none of them just, you know, and it's like, but I saw some of the same ones who say they Quincy friends, black, that went to running to Eva Worthing defense when they was going in when people told her about her using the word ghetto.
Yeah.
And it messed me up. I'm like, damn. But where was you at when them same white people was going in on Quincy? I didn't see Eva Worthing, Councilwoman Eva Worthing, come over there and defend Quincy. If she did, I'll come back and apologize. If they can show me on there, just send us, you know, just put it on Facebook like y'all put everything else, and let's see. I didn't see Eva them, but you see Quincy over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I hope he do. I hope he do speak up on that come Monday at City Council because I'm gonna sure be there because I want to hear it. I want to hear this new, you know, like what was his reason for not saying nothing? Do you think he had a reason for not saying nothing?
I'm sorry, say that again. Who didn't have a reason for saying something?
Quincy Murphy.
About Eva Worthing?
Better believe it.
Mm-mm. I don't think he did. I don't think he did. Listen, so I'm very much disheartened at him not saying nothing and speaking up. So because, and I'm gonna tell you why. If you can, I don't know. Where is your where does everything lie with you, right? So when is it morally sound, morally right to speak up for somebody or to not speak up for somebody? What's your where's the line drawn for you? You get what I'm saying? Where's the line drawn? Because like Clack said, well, maybe that didn't offend him. What? Why not? But even if it didn't offend him, it offended your black counterpart. It offended her. Now, if you will go to bat about somebody calling, about Eric Mays calling Allie Hokenroder or Judy Priestley a white woman, and you say, hey, you don't need to do that. You don't need to say that. But she can say, don't get ghetto. And you okay with her saying that? Why? Why? If you want to take race out, and he's one of, now correct me if I'm wrong, Mick, but he's one of the ones that says it's nothing racial happening up there. He don't see the race up there. Am I wrong?
No, he was one of the main ones.
But then this happens, and then you don't say nothing. You might as well, when Dr. Liddell Lewis had the second shit, you might as well did it too. By just sitting there and being silent. When are we going to be bold enough to speak up for each other? Like, seriously. You would expect for us, you would expect for me as a black woman, right? I see it all the time on posts and all of that. You would expect me as a black woman to defend you as a black man. But when it's the other way around, I'm a black woman, you won't speak up for me because what? You think I'm an angry black woman, or I shouldn't have said that?
I want to know what was in his mind state just for Quincy just to sit up there and let that slide. That like what was he thinking? Like you was that. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I see what you're talking about, Mick. They was going crazy on Quincy Murphy in this, and ain't nobody.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. But Quincy sitting up there and acting like, and I, you know what I'm saying, and that do make some sense. Even though what Brother Clark was saying, it's starting to make sense. Like if Quincy didn't see that offended him, like maybe he don't see the world in black and white.
Why not?
Maybe.
Let's be real. Let's be real. You can continue to act like you don't see it if you want to, and when you doing that, and when you doing all of that, they gonna make sure that they remind you that you a nigga. Let's just be real. When it get to that point and you get too comfortable and you forget, they gonna make sure that they remind you of that. They're not gonna say you're black. They gonna definitely call you the N-word.
No, Kathleen King, I remember when they got into it. I remember when Riffy Carter put that motion in when they was trying to suspend Eric. It was to suspend Quincy and suspend Councilman Quincy, Councilman Quincy and Councilwoman Eva Worthing, along with Councilman Eric Mays. I don't know if you watched the Shatara, but Quincy Murphy went back. He said if they would have voted against him, he said, I'm going to remember this and I'm going to get y'all back. They forgot, and Councilwoman Eva Worthing with full care. I mean, she went to like she always do like that. Y'all keep playing with Eva Worthing, she might skip up and say it to him. Well, if she skip up and say it to him, that's on them. You know, they might as well shit. Liddell gonna second it if she say it. Shit. Liddell, Dr. Liddell Lewis, councilwoman, she gonna still try to defend. She gonna try to say Eva was provoked. Remember that? Remember when she was saying Quincy was provoked? People be provoked. That's what I'm saying with Councilwoman Liddell. I ain't saying she couldn't. She ain't like she could have been a fresher breath air, but Councilwoman Liddell came right in and went along with the rest of it. She fell right off into the politics.
Did she fall into the politics, or did she fall or did something fall into her pocket? Because I feel like it's a whole lot of pocket lining being going on.
Two things can be right.
Yep.
Two things can be right.
Absolutely.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Two things can be right.
Absolutely, allegedly. I don't know this to be true. I don't know it at all. I just know that I just know that this is. I know that it's a lot, and I know that I know that it should not be. If you stand, I think if you stand on morals as it is, I don't think that anybody can push you that hard to be that way. You get what I'm saying? Like if that hasn't always been your character, to be an opportunist.
Right. Now I'm starting to agree with you with that. I'm starting to see opportunists more than anything. And this the only thing I'm gonna say with Liddell. She might be mad and never come on deal with Dr. Liddell Lewis. What I might do. I feel like if her term is up and she don't like start, I ain't gonna say she ain't got to, because maybe I want to leave. I would love for Dr. Liddell Lewis, with her brilliance and her mind, to stay here and build, help Flint and put a stake in the ground and build here. Don't leave. You know what I'm saying? As people were saying, she didn't stay here anyway, allegedly. I would love for her to prove them wrong and plant her, you know what I'm saying, show that flag here, and she'd be here for 20, maybe 30 years or something. You know what I'm saying? Because she did want to be.
I would like to see it without the propaganda.
Yeah.
Without the propaganda.
Yeah. Because I believe she can be more in the help. I just think when people get them seats, I think they forget what the goal was. I think they become eyes instead of more team players. Because like I say, you can see, I was giving her credit. I will say this. Remember when she was throwing her she was throwing on block parties? Well, not block. I guess she was partying over there in the second ward. Like I say, she was out doing things. I'm not gonna lie and say you know what I'm saying. But I'm like Rich Jones. Let's take all that away. Is it a learning center in the second ward? Like it's other things that could be. I feel like these councilmen and councilwomen should be challenged on what you bring into your ward. Each ward, and I go back to with Councilman Dennis Pfeiffer. His ward probably don't need that much like the wards on the north and the east side. Like I feel like the east side need one educational center. I mean, spot over there, learning center over there, bad. Just like I think the first ward need one, the second ward need one. But I think you can put, because I don't know how many kids stay in the first and second and third, that you probably can build one big one for the first, second, and third ward to be able to go to.
So why aren't we holding some of these churches accountable and having them open their doors for some of that too? It's a million fucking churches around here.
They're getting enough grant money.
It's a million fucking churches around here. And they ain't opening up for shit.
But how are they making money then?
They nonprofit, so shit. They probably getting in on the grant money too. I don't know. But those are staples in communities. And they should be open as community centers too. We should be able to go to them too. Shout out to Rising Star for opening your doors on Saturday.
No doubt.
Shout out to Reverend Devontae Powell for opening his doors on Saturday and Sunday, whether it be 2 people, 3 people, 15 people, or 20 people. Shout out to Reverend Devontae Powell.
Especially opening the door for Brother Jalil and the nation can come in.
Open the doors on Saturdays for mental health wellness. Shout out to Reverend Devontae Powell. I like that young brother.
Hey, is he doing things? That's coming out
I like him. I like him.
That's coming out the norm. See, I can respect.
He's putting his money where his mouth is. He's saying, "I'm here. I'm in the community, and I'm here for the community." And boom, he doing something for the community. Why aren't the others?
I can respect that.
Absolutely.
He really putting something down. You got a lot of people,
Yeah.
To me, it's sad what's really going on with that council. And you know what I'm saying? It's sad that they're not moving. They cannot. I mean, honestly, My thing, do they really think they moving Flint forward and Flint don't have clean water? That's what I'm saying. I don't see how this council is not. See, Quincy lost me when he said he was here to make the mayor look good. No, you are here to make Flint look good.
Why do we forget
Councilman?
Why do we forget about that little slick shit like that be being said?
Because people tend to let that go away and they don't call them out on it. They don't want to call Quincy out on that. Eric called him out on it.
I don't know if she's still on here. If you are, hey, Mom.
Yeah, I think she was on there earlier too. I don't know. I gotta check up. I just been trying to see Shatar. I've been confused. I've been sitting back. I'm like, damn. I be looking how more. The reason people don't call them out is because it happens a little too often. No, you're right about that. Oh yeah, your mom is on here. Nah, you is right about that because Eva been getting away with doing this BS from the last council, and then nobody called. I mean, they would be trying to call, but they didn't have no votes to suspend her because their whole thing is suspend Eric, and that's what I'm looking at with Liddell Lewis. Like Liddell Lewis, you straight up.
You let her say to another black woman that she was being ghetto? Really? And you okay with that? Why are we okay with that? Why are we okay with people just why are we okay with that? Why we can't stick together for the black agenda? Why can't we do that? What's wrong with us? Why have we been programmed? We have been programmed so hard to just be against each other all the time. You right?
Nah, he did that.
Yeah, and you right about that.
Oh, yeah, Quincy did that already. Quincy already said.
He really did say that.
Yeah, Quincy did say that he was there to make Councilman Quincy Murphy. I'm going to give him the respect, because I would want it. But he did say he was there to make the mayor. That's what Eric was calling them out on that. And that's what I'm saying. And Mama Quill, that's what I'm saying. Councilman Quincy already showed his hand. That's like right now. That's what I'm saying. I know Mayor Neely probably had to tell Quincy, hey man. Oh no, I ain't gonna say he just probably said, Quincy, man, you wasn't supposed to go for that. You shouldn't have went with that. I know he had to tell Liddell Lewis what was she thinking. Maybe he didn't. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe Mayor probably didn't tell him, say, I ain't gonna get off into that petty politics. But for Councilwoman Dr. Liddell Lewis, you looking a little shaky right now.
You know what? Yeah, you're right, that he is not for the people. I said that prior to you being on here. He's not for the people. I don't feel like he is for the people if you do those things like that. And I said this prior to you being on here. So Councilman Dennis Pfeiffer is the councilman of what ward he? The 7th ward?
8th.
8th ward. 8th ward. He said that his ward, and that's on the west side. He said his ward don't need anything. However, all of the stuff for the north side, I mean, not say all of the stuff, but the majority of the things for the north side that come into play, he voted no against it. And so are some of the other people in the other wards, which I don't understand. And I'm saying this to say 9 council people for the city of Flint. The city of Flint, meaning all 9 wards. Y'all can't get your head in the game enough to say this ward needs this. We all need to say yes to that. This ward needs that. We all need to say yes to that. The House of Esther is for every ward, for all these young children and their babies for 2 years to teach them life skills and how to care for their children. And you say no to it, but you swear that you want to do so much for the north side. The shit is crazy. That don't make me feel like you for the people. None of you. If you voting that type of shit down, how can you be for the people? It's crazy. You can't can't be for the people because those are your people. It's crazy.
I think he know. That's what I'm saying. Man, allegedly, you can say they bought and paid for it. Oh, handpicked. If you just there collecting a paycheck just to push a certain person agenda, and you not there to push the agenda of the people, you just as bad.
Absolutely. And why is it? And I keep saying this, Mick. I say it every time we have a podcast. I say this. It's always profit over morals. That's ridiculous. Profit over morals. Absolutely.
Like they say, what is it a man to gain to lose his soul, to gain everything
Man.
to lose his soul? And I ain't probably quoting it right. But to me, it's like, when
What does it profit a man to gain the world but lose his soul?
soul? Right.
Yeah.
Thanks for helping me out. That's what I'm saying. Dude, Quincy even look at that? Like, dude, like, listen to me. And I'm just gonna say this, and I don't care if I get in trouble with it. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, Dr. Liddell Lewis. Now, if this was your agenda to, if you got something bigger you gotta do, okay, I can see you coming here being a councilwoman, as you are, for do your term and leave. I can understand that. So I wouldn't expect you to have the best interest of the people of Flint, allegedly, because what you will be doing is, it's like, as they call internship, you may be doing something to set yourself up for something better down the road. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you going to a better job. You did this job to help improve another job you probably might be wanting to going after down the road. I'm not mad at that. That's just like what they were saying with Flynn. Like I tell, when me and Rich used to talk about Pastor Flynn, I said I was not mad at Pastor Flynn because he was getting some money when you putting a deal together. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: anytime you putting something together, you do want to be compensated. The problem with it, I think, with a lot of our people is, I'm gonna just say our people. This anybody when they do things when it's looking like you hiding, when you trying to hide, like, oh, I ain't getting none, or I wouldn't leave. I would have been man enough to say, like, no, I'm finna get this money. I put this together. This is what I'm getting for putting this together, and I'm leaving, but I'm leaving y'all in good hands.
Absolutely.
The people might have been able to say, you know what, he did say he was going to help us get this up. He was getting something for putting this together, but he was leaving. Not to saying, right, no, I'm not leaving. I stay in the third ward. What you did was you told half truth. You did tricknology. You mixed truth with falsehood.
But you omitted some things, and I think being honest and being transparent are two different things, because you can be honest without being transparent, right? You can be honest and omit some things, but when you transparent, you're telling the whole story, right? So he felt like he was being honest, but he was omitting things.
That's why I said he used.
That's where I'm at with that.
That's why I said he used tricknology, because he mixed truth with falsehood. He told some truths, but he also omitted some truth. That's just like lying. When you it's lying when you omit it. He admitted the truth was that he was leaving.
It was wordplay. It was all wordplay.
Right.
No, I ain't saying that, but I didn't say that either. It was all wordplay, and when nobody for real.
Exactly. So when and Councilman Eva Worthing, when she was calling them out on that, you know what I'm saying, it could have been resolved. Like I said, he had Eric battling for him. You had people up there battling for you, and you wouldn't even hear the battle for you. That's what it made it look bad, because, like I say, optics is everything. Like you say, how a person see it. He should have.
Perception is reality. People's perception is their reality.
All he had to do was tell them from Jump Street. You tell the people. All you had to do is tell the people. They would have understood it. You didn't have to tell nobody else.
Yeah.
All you had to do was tell the people. Right. I don't know where he didn't understand that at.
See, and I think I listen, because I wholeheartedly believe that that the third ward needs a grocery store. The first ward needs a grocery store. The north side needs a grocery store. I wholeheartedly believe that. And it was a lot of talk about Flynn that I didn't get into because I got a personal issue with Flynn. I'm just going to be honest with you. And I said this before. I don't really get into them conversations about him because I don't want nobody to feel like I'm attacking him personally, because I wouldn't attack him personally, because the personal problem that I have with Flynn is between me and Flynn. And that sucker know why I got a problem with him. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. However, I think when I did speak up about the grocery store, what I said is that we need it, but I would love for him to see the whole project through. Listen, if you had already had in mind that you were going to leave and it was already in the plans and in the works for you to leave, okay, you can say that. Cause here's the thing. Them people probably wasn't even gonna be mad at you about that. They were gonna be happy that you brought something to the table that was gonna be good for the north side. It wasn't gonna be like you said, hey, but I'm leaving it in good hands. Just like I just said a little while ago. Whose hands is it in now? Where to fight at? Who fighting for it? Ain't heard nothing else about it. Ain't even seen no trucks or nothing move over there. You know what I'm saying? So what's going on? Was he being threatened by who? Threatened for what? He ain't said nothing about being threatened. Man, listen. Allegedly, this is how I feel personally. I feel like he got what he needed to get out of it, and he got the fuck on down. Period.
I'm not mad at him on that. She said, was he being threatened? Now, if he was being threatened, I would have. If he was, let me just say this. If he was being threatened, Brenda, boy, he definitely was getting down. You know what I'm saying? Why stay here if people threatening you?
Yeah.
No, I don't know if he was being threatened.
Oh, no, I don't know either. I'm just saying. And you know what? And I don't know. He would have said that.
Yeah, if he would have, no, I don't know.
Let's just be real. I just feel like he is another opportunist. Personal opinion. Satara's personal opinion. Ain't got nothing to do with nobody else.
Look, Precious also said he did what most do to Flint, come up and leave.
Come up and leave. Absolutely. And, but here's the thing. But this is okay, Precious. Listen, but this is what I said a long time ago. Why would y'all think he did something else? Because he wasn't even here when he came back. He came here and capitalized on Fourth Avenue, came up off that, and went back to where he came from. Why would you think he wouldn't? Why would you think he wouldn't? He wasn't here. He came back here. He was from here. He left. He capitalized on something that happened, and then he got what he needed from it, and he left. Why wouldn't you think he would? It was an opportunity. And he saw an opportunity, and he went for it. He was an opportunist. But I said that. Why y'all think he was going to do something different? It didn't surprise me one bit. I wasn't mad. I actually laughed at it because everybody thought that it was, I had a personal vendetta against him. And I do, but it don't have nothing against how I feel about what he was going to do being this. But I feel like Mickey, hey, bro, get your money. But if that's what you was in it for, then you could say that. I'm not about to be mad at you for getting your money, because if that's what you in here to get for it, like everybody wants some paper. Everybody got bills to pay. Everybody got shit that they want to do. Listen, if y'all think that at some point, if this pop for me, that I'm not going to get my money, y'all crazy motherfucker, because I'm getting my money. But I'm not going to do it at the plight of my people. That's what I'm not going to do. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm not about to do that. You think I want to see my mama and my auntie and my family live in squalor? And I'm gonna live good. I couldn't live with myself doing that. I couldn't do that. At the plight of my people, I couldn't morally do that. Because if I want to see great things, and I want my people, and I want to be safe, then I want that for my people too. And y'all my people. Y'all my people.
But answer this question for me, right? Quincy stay in the third ward. Mm-hmm. Liddell Lewis stay in the second ward. Mm-hmm. Eric, I can't say Eric. What is the councilman Quincy Murphy and Councilwoman Dr. Liddell Lewis? I know they hear crime. Why they wasn't thinking about no drones that Flint needed that technology for that? I remember Liddell Lewis being up there at Don Donuts. Remember she was going up there at nighttime when she was running for the second ward.
Mm-hmm. But why is it that so crime is a huge thing. Why is blight bigger than crime? All I hear is blight, 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 crime, blight, 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 crime. Why is blight bigger than crime?
Because they trying to get that. They didn't build that new juvenile. How many beds is it that they built on Pasadena?
If I'm not mistaken.
They ain't built. They finna put some. They got to put some bodies over there.
Exactly. Y'all part of the problem. Let's just be going that shit. Let me tell you what else go hand in hand: crime and no jobs. But they ain't speaking on that.
They ain't gonna speak on that.
You know what else go with blight? No housing, non-affordable housing. That's what go hand in hand. Let's get it right. Let's really say. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's truly say what go hand in hand. That's what go hand in hand. Because if it's jobs, people ain't and they working, who got time to commit a crime? And if it's houses in them vacant lots in the places where people dumping fucking trash at, how the fuck is it gonna be blight? If people have a place where they can be proud to call home at, how in the hell is it gonna be blight?
Can I tell you something?
Do that shit in the order that it need to go in.
Can I tell you something that's gonna make you ain't gonna make no sense? You know it ain't gonna even make no sense.
What?
Tell me what every time somebody give money, what do they move to?
Grand blank.
So I'm talking about even from and to people that might be doing anything. I'm not taking no shots at y'all. But where you think they send their kids? Let's just go with the rappers. The ones that talk them up, shoot them up, bang, bang. They sell keys to cocaine. What do they send their kids to? What areas do they stay in?
Great areas.
Okay. That lets you know right there. These people know better. When you know better, you do better. You know what I'm saying? This what we see in the council do. These are people, and it's only, and I'm gonna say maybe it's 4 opportunists on that council.
Look, my mama said the same thing I said earlier, Mick. She said nothing's been done about any of the problems in Flint, but now since it's time for election, the mayor suddenly has bright ideas. I said the same thing. Now all of a sudden, the bricks got to get done and all this other shit getting done, and this grant money going out here and grant money going out there. What was that same energy last fucking year?
And I ain't taking no shots. But man, don't you know you could have found Tito and them and got that deal for less than $5.2 million.
Mm-hmm. Brendan said, I was thinking the other day, why is no one talking about all the money Land Bank get all year, every year, but has money, but now getting a whole bunch of money. Listen, I don't spoke about Land Bank till I'm blue in the face about that. I really have. I've spoken out against that already, and we not doing we need to stop. We need to stop fucking with Land Bank. We need to be protesting them or whatever it is that we got to do to get them up out of there, because that shit shouldn't even happen. And why ain't nobody talking about them houses that were supposed to go to the city, but they went to Land Bank? Everybody forgot about that too.
Yeah,
who was that person that Dr. Liddell Lewis brought that allegedly lied about the whole situation? Oh, yeah, we forgot about that? I didn't. Yeah, I didn't forget about that. I didn't forget about that. But that's the reason why it ain't no housing either, right? And again, let's be clear about how that works. If you go to Royal Oak, I love Royal Oak. I go to Royal Oak all the time because I work right by there. And so when we get together after work, that's where we go because it's nice there, right? You go there, ain't no crime, ain't no nothing. They work around, they doing what they do. And you know why? Because there's plenty of jobs there and everybody getting off work and they kicking it. And they working, ain't got time to do no crime, right? It's plenty of houses. It's houses being built everywhere, and they utilizing every little space. Baby, I can take some pictures. I can give y'all videos and show you. They utilizing every little space. You be like, damn, they putting a house there? Yep, they are. Ain't no blight there. Ain't shit on the ground there. You know why? Because they're proud of being where they lived at, and they have something to be proud of in their houses there, right? Boom, 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 boom. You take care of this, it'll take care of that. You take care of this, it'll take care of that. But we still housing, we still saying blight, 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 blight. And ain't nobody got nowhere to live. They don't have no jobs, so they fucking the city up because they ain't got shit else to do.
Who you telling? And then you know what's crazy? And that's what I'm saying. It's like, and I believe, I believe, I'm fuck that. I ain't finna say I believe. I believe this. If they don't put pressure on them, I'm talking about the people in the wars. If they don't put, the citizens don't put pressure on all 9 wars. I know Eric, if he get pushed to the task, he gonna do it. I believe Jerry Renfrew Carter get pushed, she'll do it. I believe because they already trying to do certain, they doing things in their ward. I believe Tanya Burns, she'll do it. I believe Dennis doing things in his ward. I ain't talked to none of his people to say, I ain't heard him say he ain't doing for his ward. But as an overall whole, if they don't be putting pressure on their council people, you're going to keep getting the same thing you getting with whatever they get told to do and not doing what's for the people. That's what's crazy. See, and like Michael, Brother Clack was saying earlier, this is my thing. Yeah, people voting, but ain't enough people voting. Because if people really got out and voted, you wouldn't have these people that's who in council seats right now wouldn't be in them seats. It's for lack of voter turnout. Is why Flint is getting, like I said, I just been out of Flint for 2 years. But the reason Flint is getting what they getting is because it's a lack of voter turnout. And I think that's by design. They don't really want, they don't want no 20% or 30% of the 83,000 voting.
Yeah.
Could you imagine you asking Liddell Lewis, not just Liddell, all of them, y'all got to get at least 600-700 people to vote for y'all for you to win this seat. Just go look what the voter turnout, what it was. Man, you be getting people that be winning with 100. I ain't saying a win is a win, I'll take it. But what you seeing is really the citizens are really not active in the voting process no more. That's what you seeing in Flint. You seeing the, you know what I'm saying? Maybe what 2-3%. And
why is that, Mick? I feel like, and you can tell me if you agree with me or not. Because the population is getting younger, and the importance of voting is not getting passed down. Do you agree with that?
I totally agree with you. I can't disagree with you with that. Do you think it would be in their interest to make the people woke to vote?
Yeah.
And I don't know. And I think too, you know what? I don't know here. I guess here. I guess here. Maybe too, the young people sick of that, like that voting. We vote for this, like I was saying earlier. You got a Democratic president, you got a Democratic Senate majority rule, and a Democratic majority rule in the House. But you got people keep forgetting about them Dixiecrats. You got Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin.
Yep. And you know what else? Y'all, they feel like their vote don't count and it don't matter. And it's because they haven't been taught they haven't been taught everything about it and the reasons why and how it works. So they haven't been taught that. So they feel like it doesn't work and it doesn't matter because they haven't been taught the right way about voting, right? And I think that that's an issue and that's a problem because we doing a disservice in the schools and at home. See, because for me, I learned about how important it was to vote at home first. I'm gonna be honest with you. I learned about that being important at home first, and then I learned a little bit more about Shout out to Miss Howland Beecher. That was my government teacher that taught us all of the forms of government, how important it was. She registered me to vote. My teacher did. Shout out to her for that. She registered me to vote. That was part of it. She showed us how to fill out the voter registration cards and everything. That little white lady showed me everything about that, and she taught us that. She did. She taught us that the power was in the local and that how it was important for us to vote locally. She taught us that. Shout out to her. She was a dope little lady. But that's the stuff that we got.
Was better back then, though. Not to cut you off.
Absolutely, it was. However, we still need to do that at home. And I used to see I used to see my grandparents. I used to see my aunts, everybody, and they would be going to vote. And even if they had to work in the morning, they would be getting up extra early in the morning to go vote, or as soon as they get off of work to go vote. I gotta go vote. I gotta go vote. Reminding they people, remember, don't forget to go vote today. I remember them having them conversations. Oh no, I gotta go up here. I'm gonna come pick you up. We might as well ride together. We gotta go at this such and such time. I remember them doing that. So that was a thing. So I was always trying to do that.
No,
so we have to do that. We dropping the ball. We some punk ass parents if we don't tell our kids the right way to do things. Let's be real. We punk ass parents if we don't do that.
But how can we get the masses back involved in it?
We need to talk about it. We need to teach them. We need to talk to them about it. We need to go to the schools and get them registered to vote. That need to be a thing. And as much as they like the party shit, I ain't gonna spill all of that, but you know what we got involved. What I got for that. I ain't gonna say too much, but we need to do more. The schools need to do more.
But see, we need to get, and that's go back to the schools. Like
these people got programs in the schools. These people that have these nonprofits and they got programs in the schools, and y'all be talking about council and doing all of that. Do your due diligence and take them voter registration cards and get them kids signed up. Y'all got them nonprofits. Y'all getting paid to go in them schools. Get paid to go in there and get the work done. Y'all can't be complaining about this and that, but y'all not working with the young people on that type of shit. Like y'all have to. Y'all in the high schools, in the junior high, y'all need to talk to them about that. Just like, listen, this the same thing. This the same thing as white people groom their kids for baseball. They start them real early. Start them in t-ball. Start them in all kinds of stuff. Start them in just prepping them for all type of stuff, and they groom them in those things. And we not grooming our kids for anything except for basketball. Goddamn shame. We can have all kind of leagues and basketball and all football and all this other type shit, but we not grooming them to be engineers. We're not grooming them to be educators. We're not grooming them to be politicians.
Farmers.
We're not grooming them to do anything. We just drop the ball on the young people, and then when they get 20 and they wreaking havoc, then we saying we need to talk to them about, well, where the fuck was your antennas when they was 11? Where were you at when they were 9? We doing a disservice. We dropping the ball, and if we continue to be punk ass parents, we gonna have punk ass kids.
We hit.
I'm just saying.
I ain't gonna say we hit. I mean, it can change, but you can't keep trying to see. This generation is different. You can't keep, but you know what? Let me go back. What Rich was saying. How these kids can't even. What grade was you in when they taught you to write in cursive?
I think I started learning. I went to Catholic school. I started everything a little early. So.
Well, I knew how to write about it before I got to the 6th grade. Like I told them, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I started learning how to write in cursive, I think my teacher was my second grade teacher, Miss Martis. She the one that first started us, and we was just writing the alphabet. But when I started like kind of writing sentences in in cursive, like when they was teaching at school, it was really like in the 4th grade. But I knew so much before I even got there. Like I could count to
but
100
why
before I went to school. Like I could count to 100 before I even
no,
went to school.
no, Brenda
I,
Boyd said she
uh,
said you started cursing set. Like, I thought that cursing in
yeah,
2nd grade.
I
I
did.
wouldn't
Miss
for
Martin.
sure, but like,
Shout
but
out to
they
Miss
took it
Martin.
out.
Wait, RP.
But you know they take that out, Shatara. Cursing. Kids don't do
Yeah,
that.
they took cursive out of school when my kids was in school, and my kids grown now. That's how long it's been out of school. I know that, but I taught my kids at home.
Wow.
Just like they took telling time on the dial, they took that out too. But my kids learned that because I taught them at home. See it's things that you need to do at home. Because listen, that should start at home.
Oh, yeah,
Educating
no,
your kids don't start at school.
yeah, no,
Educating
mine's
your
not
kids
a
start at home.
yeah, mine's not a writing cursor, but I ain't gonna say me.
Absolutely.
They granny was on them about it, so because she was an educator, so they
Absolutely.
they honor roll, so
Yes.
they
But
review
education
economics and government classes.
starts at home. You got to start that at home. They knew how to tie their shoes, right? See, and that's the thing. Like we waiting on, like now they're waiting on the school to teach them all of that. Nah, I could count to 100 before I was in kindergarten. I could count. I could tie my shoes. I knew my colors. I could write. Like I was cold at writing. Like I can do that. And I'm left-handed. So I practice all the time because I don't want my shit to look crazy, right? I used to think I was going to forget how to write. I do it all the time. I still write all the time. I got a journal. I write all the time. But also at home, my grandfather read. He used to read books. He used to read these Western books because we called them shoot 'em ups, right? And I used to watch the shoot 'em ups with him, but he used to read the books. He liked to read the books too. And he would have them, and I would read books, and I would pick it up and I would just read it, right? That's how I started. I would read the newspaper. We literally damn near fought for who would read the newspaper first. I'm 8 years old reading the goddamn newspaper. Literally damn near fighting on who gonna read the newspaper first. And I read it from front to back every day.
Oh, that's what's up.
But those were the things that I seen, right? My mama never buy me books. I could ask them to buy me a book. I could ask them to buy me anything, right? And she wouldn't buy. She'd say no. But if I say buy me a book, man, she'd break the goddamn bank to buy me a book. All of them. I can show y'all a bookcase right now. I got books. Mick, when you was over here the other day, you seen all them books sitting on the table?
Yeah.
I read all the fucking time.
Yeah,
but those were things that were taught to me.
Yeah, I saw them Fed magazines and stuff.
You see the damn Fed magazine? I'm for real. Those were the things that I did. We watched the cowboy movies. We call them shoot 'em ups. We watch it all the time. Watching Jeopardy every day. Yes, play board games, all of that. Scrabble. One of my favorites.
That's what I'm saying. I played that coming to Monopoly Life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? See, I think the kids, the
Taught
ones
us how to count.
now.
We could count money if we couldn't count nothing else. Playing Monopoly,
right.
huh?
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if these kids got to understand what they really watch because what we done went to like and I hate to say it, man, but I'm just gonna say it. Our society is like filth. The more garbage that it is, the more people like it.
But hey, they teach you that garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah.
Garbage in, garbage out. So if garbage is going in, garbage is coming back out.
Yeah.
You can't
just look at the TV, just look at the simple shows. And I'm not gonna really, you know what I'm saying? It was some things that was for cable, and something that was for regular TV, and it was some things that was for the HBOs and all of that. You had some movies that had a little couple shooting, like TJ Hooker and what was my man? It wouldn't. They did some killing, but it wasn't like how graphic it is now. They let us see a man with a hole in his head on regular TV now. You know what I'm saying? It's like they took like for instance.
Jaquez said the reason Black kids in general don't understand learning today is because they don't see themselves in what they learn. I ain't see myself in what I learned either. I'm gonna tell you when I started to see myself and what I learned. It was one class only that I had when I was at Beecher, and that was my Black History class. Shout out to Mr. Moss.
You know what I was finna say? I knew you was finna say Mr. Moss. I swear, him and my
Yeah,
uncle. He used to work with him and my Uncle Ricky worked together. My Uncle Ricky had the Flintstonian Times. I remember
yeah,
as a kid, I used to pass that out in Beecher. Yeah,
mm,
Moss was deep off into his thing, about Black
absolutely.
pride. But that's what I'm saying. It seemed like it was more sense of Black pride when we was young. I ain't
Yeah.
saying it was deep as it was like maybe in the 60s, 70s, but it started breaking down as time came because we went with more trying to be like, we wanted to be included. So we wanted to be judged instead of us being us. We wanted to, no, not included, be accepted what was the
Mhm.
standard of life. Like,
But do you think, Jacquez, this is a question for you too. So do you think that did you I don't know how old you are, so I'm not going, just assume, but did you see yourself in the things that you learned when you were coming up and you were learning? Because here's the thing for me is that even though I didn't see myself in those things, I was being taught to see myself in those things, and I was being taught that. So that's why I'm harping so much at what starts at home and how that stuff starts at home, because I was taught all of those things at home. And again, I say that that's where we're dropping the ball at as parents. However, we can't teach what we don't know. So if we weren't taught that by our parents, then we can't teach it to our children. You get what I'm saying? So the ball got dropped in some places, in a lot of places, for a lot of people. But that's where we, or those people as leaders, need to step up and pick it back up and have these things in place so that they can have a sense of pride about being them, and about knowing their heritage and their history and those things like that, and knowing the importance of voting and why we need to vote, and what happened in order for us to even be able to vote. Because I hear a lot of women that be talking all of that, and white women, and I'm like, how do it make you feel to know that a Black man could vote before you the white lady could? They don't want to talk about that. See, them be conversations they don't want to have. Them conversations that I love to have. And it's true. But if you don't know that part of the history, then you can't say it to them, right? And if you don't know that part of that history to be proud of, then it don't give you nothing to have a sense of pride of.
but how just I'll give you another one. And I don't really want to speak on this brother because, I just don't, either passed away. But let's just look with Kevin Samuels. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
he said he's 14.
Are you? I love you even more. What? Jacquez, I love you even more. You're 14. High five, young brother. High five.
Peace and blessings.
High five, young brother.
See how
Y'all,
you reaching them. You reaching them.
shout out to this young brother, Jacquez Jones. I'm 14. And as I get older, I notice that they're starting to take more and more stuff from the curriculum in regards to Black people and replacing it with watered down version of a white man's story. You're absolutely right. Nick, did you know this young brother was 14?
No, I didn't know he was 14. I didn't know we reaching him all the way down to 14.
Man, and he is, boy. Oh, wow. That is so inspiring to know that we even got you out here. Man, peace to you, God. I am proud of you for even being involved in the conversation. I'm proud. Now I really got to watch my mouth. I apologize.
Now you got to clean it up. Got to clean it up.
I'm sorry.
She gonna cut it from 100 to 75.
I am going to do my best, y'all. I'm sorry. I really got to watch my mouth. Listen. I'm yet working. I'm going to try. Please forgive me, Jacquez. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna do my best. Lord have mercy.
Ain't
I
that something?
love the brothers of the show. Trust me. Thank you so much. But I feel bad. I gotta watch my Mick. I gotta watch my mouth. I got this young king on here. All right.
Well, he getting to see the uncut right now.
God bless him. Right, Jaquez Young King. I mean it. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, Jaquez, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, a lot of them are pretty wise. They
They are so wise. And this is the reason why we should be having talks like this. So they can be a part of it, right? And they can talk about it and they can voice their opinions too. That's what we need. We absolutely need that. And shame on you, council people. This young man is 14 years old and he been calling y'all and y'all won't answer the phone for him.
Oops.
Shame on y'all. This young man is 14 and he is trying to speak with you all about some things and y'all won't answer the phone for him. Shame on y'all. Shame on y'all.
Oops.
I love you even more, Jacquez. Thank you so much for coming on and tuning in with me every time I'm on here. You show up at some point in time. I love it.
Now, do they understand why Eric get reelected? Why Tanya get calls? Because don't know they answer their phones.
He said he did say Eric Mays and Tanya Barnes were the only two that answered the phone for him. Let me be clear.
Yeah.
Those were the two that he did say that answered the phone for him. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's what he said. That those two, because it was two of them that he said answer the phone, and I think those were the two that he said answer the phone for him.
And I'm gonna say this: I ain't gonna say Quincy can't grow into his seat. He can't. It's just he's not showing he can change right now. Maybe it's because he feel he's too loyal to the current mayor. That maybe if he's not the mayor, you get to see Quincy grow. Because I said,
you could be too loyal to a fault.
Yeah, because I got to see Jerry Winfrey Carter grow. Like, hey, listen to me. In the beginning, I had some doubts with Jerry Winfrey Carter on certain things.
Oh, yep. He said correct. Eric Mays and Tanya Barnes have been the only two to call me and leave him a voicemail. See?
No, you want to get the young people involved in seeing what's going on, but you don't want to let them see the fuckery because
and the lawlessness.
Yeah,
absolutely
right. Because if they see it, you emulate what you see, and that's what you do. You emulate what you see.
Absolutely,
and that's my only thing with this whole what's the name? Like y'all can't say. Yeah, we do need to bridge the gap between the young and the old. That really do need to be did.
You're so right, Precious. I promise you are so right. And I really want to do that. And I try to do that, especially like just in the regular world, even when you see them at the store or whatever, like we even be afraid to even speak to these young people. Now I be, hey, how you doing? They speak back. Y'all be so scared of them, but they speak back. Even the ones that's pants hanging below that. That was a rule at my house when my kids' friends would come over. If you don't step on my porch if your pants sagging. If I can see your behind or your underwear, you can't come on my porch. Don't come on my porch.
Well, answer this question for me. Do you think we should put together say we can put a forum together for the State of the Black Union in Flint?
Yep. Jaquez said, Precious says some of the elders think they don't know. They really do. Yeah. And Jaquez Jones said, especially younger children, when they see this from the people that their parents are electing, they don't know any better and they don't know leadership or accountability. You're right.
I feel we need to put together State of the Black Union in the city of Flint, going along with and not just base it upon like you say, they say blight. I think it should be based on maybe 3 or 4 things we need to tackle: murder, homes, jobs,
definitely,
and housing.
So, yeah, crime, housing,
right?
economic development.
Let me rephrase it because I said murder, like you said, crime, jobs, housing,
and economic development.
I think we need to try to put that together. I don't know if we ain't gonna, I don't know if the people will listen to us, but maybe we need to touch bases with certain ones and probably try to do it. What month would you like to do it in?
Shoot, if we can get it going, shoot, why couldn't we do it as soon as possible? Give us some time to plan. Let's see, what's this, May?
Yeah, man.
Let's say by the end of June.
We need to reach out and reach out to
Because
some of the.
authors say they do respect wisdom when it presents. Yes, those 4 points sound good. Yeah, I think we should. I think that's something that Pastor Da would be happy to be a part of. He wanted to do something like that anyway.
No, that's why I'm saying that. We got to grab that brother.
Yeah,
because he can probably get other people that will want to come on the board, because we do need a state. We do need a state of the Black Union in Flint right now. I mean, people might don't want to see it as that. I think we do need that. We need it more than ever now.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and I ain't trying to be spooky to people, but we don't know what's coming down the pipeline and with all of this unity that we got going on in Flint. What would happen if this thing just happened to, as they say, if this thing, just say a Katrina happened here. We so not, and not saying a Katrina can happen, I'm just saying, just say some catastrophic happened here.
Because we could have an awful tornado that'd tear the whole city up.
Yeah, and we don't stick together. How will we help each other? How will we survive with our survival skills for things like the unexpected to happen?
Well, I don't know, but I could live off the land.
That's what I'm saying. You and your family will survive. Probably me and my, but it'll be a lot more we would lose.
Absolutely. Because it wasn't taught. It's not being taught, but it was taught to us. We had a garden. My grandfather hunted. We could fish. We could definitely live off the land. Tell you that right now. We'd be fine.
Matter of fact, Mama Quill said put an agenda together and go from there. Matter of fact, when you gonna reach out to Pastor Aldred again?
I can do that anytime.
Won't you get with him tomorrow when you get some free time and just see?
Tomorrow, Mother's Day, he probably gonna be with his wife and his children. I can get with him. I can get with him Monday. Yep, definitely.
And then we can start probably putting some fillers out. Like I say, we'll reach out to the candidates, state reps, and mayor candidates. They should be at this forum because y'all are elected officials. Holler at some of the council people. We really do need to, put that together.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can do that.
We put that together. We can probably start working on some agendas, get some things, and you can get something with the people that over there on the north side, where the people can talk to the council people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But more people got to get out, though, man. I'm gonna say that more council people got to get out. We ain't gonna give them everything tonight. Shatar, you got anything you want to say before we end this?
Yes. The first thing I want to say is to Jaquez Jones. Thank you, young king. Peace to you, God. I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate your input. I appreciate you being 14 and being in care and putting in the work and really reaching out and doing all these things. I appreciate you so much. If there's any information I can give to you or anything that I can do to help you in any way, please reach out to me and let me know. Me and Mickey, we around. We around. Let us know. If I need to get you some more information about council people or whatever, you let me know. I'll do my best. Councilwoman Tanya Burns usually watches this, and I'm not saying that she's not on because she might be on, but I thank you for reaching out to her. And now that she knows that you are 14, She probably gonna reach out a little more. She gonna make sure she answer a little more to get you some more information. But shout out to you. Continue to rise in excellence. Continue to rise in excellence. I applaud you, and I see the other people do as well. I thank you all for joining me and rocking with me like y'all do. Y'all rock so hard with me. I appreciate you more than you even know. This has been an awesome journey I've started, and y'all been with me from the beginning. And even the newer people that's coming on and that's been rocking with me, I appreciate you. And even if you only click on for a minute or two, I appreciate you so much. Y'all are so dope to me. Thank you. Shout out to my mama for tuning in. She came in a little late, but she joined the party. Shout out to her too. And all of the ones that always show up. Y'all, if y'all see Becky Brown around, tell her I miss her. Usually she in the comments, but she in Facebook jail, so hopefully she out. But this is also Mental Health Awareness Month, and y'all know how I feel about mental health. Don't forget that every Saturday, Pastor Devontae Powell at Rising Star Baptist Church, he opens up his doors on Saturday free of charge for mental health. So if you need some assistance and you don't have the money, or you feel like you just need someone to talk to, even if you do have the money, utilize that space. Utilize him. He opens those doors every Saturday for the community. Please utilize that, and I appreciate him. So shout out to Reverend Devontae Powell. We appreciate you. Peace to you too, God. I want to give a shout out to Jaleel. He wasn't on here tonight, but he usually is, and I'm sure he was just busy doing some things. But I need you all to support him on Monday coming down to council. So be down at City Hall Monday at 5:30 to support Jaleel, Pastor Devontae Powell, and John Fleming. They're gonna be talking to council about the situation at Hurley that happened with the young man that got attacked by the police. So you all show up in numbers for that, and also show up in numbers just to support and to put your agendas out on the table to council. Right? We need to speak up. If you feel a way about that thing that happened with Eva Worthing, then show up and come down there. Even if it's something else, make sure you come up and you just stay what you need. Let's not beg anymore. Let's not ask for it. Let's demand these things happen. Let's take it. Let's demand it. If we want to sit at the table, we no longer need to ask for somebody to scoot over. Push somebody to fuck down and sit down. Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff. I'm working on it. Mental health, y'all. Listen, y'all know it's important to me. It's very, very important to me. I know the whole city has PTSD, but y'all know it's important to me because my father was a veteran. He was in the military. He was a Marine. And just shout out to everyone that is dealing with some issues and dealing with things that's going on with their mental. Don't be ashamed to go and see somebody or to ask for help. Reach out. Reach out. Reach out. There's no shame in seeing somebody for some issues that you can't resolve yourself, or some things that you can't work out yourself. Make sure that you take some time for yourself. Love on you. Love you, because what's better than you? Absolutely nothing. There's nothing in the world better than you. So take care of you. Make sure that you are always taking care of you. So if you need to get away from social media for a little while, if you need to go and sit down, go walk on the path by Stepping Stone Falls, sit by the water or listen to the falls that get you some peace of mind, do that. If you need to put on some headphones and listen to the music as loud as you need to listen to it to get you some peace of mind, do that. If you just need some quiet space just to sit down and just relax, release, and don't think about anything, do that. But make sure you do what is healthy for you to be healthy mentally and physically, so that you are okay and that you can love on you, so then you can spread that love and to love on somebody else. I love y'all so much. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to come on over to 810 News Media Group and come check us out at Yo What's Poppin' every Friday at 6 p.m. and any other time that the wind blows us through. But if you like, share, and subscribe, you will always know when we coming through, right? Donate. Keep us going because we doing this all out of our own pocket. You can hit us on the Cash App at 810 News Media Group. And Mickey, what's the PayPal?
Money 810 News Media Group.
All right. We'll drop that in the chat. Mickey, drop those two in the chat. I love y'all. Y'all have a great, great night. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And happy Mother's Day to all your mothers and all the mothers of the mothers of the mothers that are out there. Happy Mother's Day to you all. I hope you all have a blessed and peaceful, great weekend, Sunday, Mother's Day. If you don't want to be bothered, I hope that you get your wish. If you want to be bothered by everybody, I hope you get that too. But you make sure that you enjoy your day. I love y'all. Good night. Peace.
Peace.